Hello and welcome into the fourth game today of the TCCAA Region 7 baseball tournament featuring the visiting Chattanooga State Tigers and the home team Vol State Pioneers. Let's jump right into it. Today's lineup for Chattanooga State: batting leadoff, number 1, the center fielder Sean Cheely. Batting second, Hayden Locke, the second baseman. Batting third, the third baseman, Ty Delancey. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Chris Tyler. Batting fifth, number 31, Noah Fitzgerald, the shortstop. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 5, Vinny Vega. Batting seventh, the DH, number 8, Theron Powell. Batting eighth, the catcher, Trey Hall. Batting ninth is Max Schmall, the right fielder, and on the hill today for Chattanooga State is Bryce Woody. So let's flip it over to the Pioneer side of the game. Batting leadoff, number 9, the center fielder Baylor Steelman. Batting second, the left fielder Lofton Cotton. Batting third, number 13, the shortstop Jake Lyle. Batting fourth, the DH Bill Hamilton. Batting fifth, the right fielder Brent Ritchie. Batting sixth, number 12, the first baseman Ryan Horn. Batting seventh, number 27, the third baseman Joe McNamee. Batting eighth, number 21, the catcher Colin Hopkins. And batting ninth, Matt Brown, the second baseman who wears number 14. Pitching today for the Pioneers is James Hatcher, fielder Dennis alongside Mark Dennis. Mark, what can you tell me about the Pioneers pitcher today?
Well, James Hatcher is a left-hander. I was kind of watching him on the side. 39 innings pitched, so he's thrown the third most innings on the staff for Volunteer. 3-2 record, 2 complete games out of 10 appearances, or games started 2 out of 9. Just over a 5 ERA, averages about 8 strikeouts per 9. So, at this stage, he's third hole pitcher, so, he's thrown a lot in relation to what the staff has. So, he looks very seasoned, and we'll see how he reacts to this kind of a pressure, but environment that he's going to be in here now.
Let's set the scene on how these two teams got here. We'll start with the visiting team, Chattanooga State. They're hosting the tournament this year. They played the play-in game against Roane State, ended up winning that in 7 innings, 18-4. They went on to play Motlow State last night in the 4th game of the day yesterday. Defeated Motlow in a late inning thriller there, 10-8. And for Vol State, they took on Columbia State yesterday in what was penciled in as an absolute pitcher's duel. Jacob Cole went a complete game and got the win. They won 4-2. Now moving into this game, they haven't played since 4:30 yesterday. And to recap some of the day's events, Dyersburg defeated Jackson in a pretty close game through the most part until the end of it. Columbia State fell to Motlow State in a walk-off hit by Johnny Mangini. And just recently, Walter State defeated Cleveland State 11-6 as the Senators looked polished in the number 1 seed. So here we are. Got Hatcher on the mound, the left-handed southpaw, with Sean Cheely coming up to the plate. And Mark, Chattanooga State has scored in the tournament now 18 runs and 10 runs. What's the offense? What kind of confidence should they have right now?
Well, they should have good confidence. I mean, they came in as the 7th seed, Vol is the 6th seed, and they was really only about a game separation in the league standings. So these two teams are fairly identical for the season. But, Chat's an aggressive swinging club. They're young, a lot of freshmen. So they've been aggressive, and they've been able to get out in front, which is important here in the 2 games.
Hatcher's first pitch is outside for ball 1. Yeah, you're exactly right. Both games they've scored in the first inning. They scored 4 in the first against Motlow yesterday. Sean Cheely is the table setter for this team. That pitch is in there, 1-1. Cheely was all conference second team in the outfield. Just a freshman, as you said. Starting all freshman for the Tigers. Great experience here. That one's fouled off. So a 1-2 count. Hatcher's ahead now. Sean Cheely looking to make it his imprint here early in the game. He's done a nice job of getting on base and swiping some bags. That one's popped up to the right fielder. Could be a tough play. Ritchie coming in. He reels it in for the first out of the inning. So something a bit unusual here for Chattanooga State, getting the first out of the inning with the first hitter.
Yeah, they've gotten off to good starts. The one thing about playing at night, they played last night as a pitcher. I remember Your fastball always looks a little bit faster. Everything's a little bit more pop. So these hitters have got to be adjusting to that. But fortunately for Chat, they have played at night, and they hopefully are ready for that.
Here's Hayden Locke's first debut of the game. He swings and fouls that one off, hitting .317 on the year, 7 triples. He had a huge double last night against Motlow State that ended up clearing the bases and gave Chattanooga State a 3-run lead. That ended that inning with a 4-run lead, and that one's inside for ball 1. Hayden Locke on the season has kind of been a staple in this lineup in that 2-hole position. 26 runs batted in as Chattanooga State wants to jump on the Pioneers early. That one in there, strike 1. So a 1-2 count. Looks like we have the Vol State softball team. I don't know if you were able to pick that up in the crowd mic to our left, so they'll be in support of the Pioneers all night tonight. The 1-2, ground ball, the first baseman, not Bill Hamilton today. He kind of kicks it a little bit. Here comes Locke, and that's not going to be able to make it.
Now, one thing I'll notice about Hatcher is, he's, a little bit heavy set. I don't know how agile and quick we're going to see. We already seen in one instance where he wasn't really quick to get over to first base on that, and maybe that's an advantage. Hopefully, maybe an advantage for Chad if they use the bunt and all that we can make him see how athletic he is around the front of the infield handling the ball.
Chattanooga State, similar to Columbia State, a notorious small ball team, and right there, the new first baseman. The saying, the ball always finds you, and that's Horn, who's subbing in for Bill Hamilton, who had a bit of an injury in his first game there, so he's DHing. And that'll bring up Ty Delancey, who homered yesterday, the switch hitter who's on the left side, and sent one over the right field wall. So 1 runner on, nobody out. Well, one out, rather, as Hatcher wants to have another discussion with Hopkins.
Yeah, I think Delancey's natural is left-handed, so I was talking to Coach Dennis about that earlier, and I believe left hand is the natural side for Ty, but he still swings strong from the right side, though.
Interesting to see. He is the 3-hole hitter. You would put in a question mark why bunt your 3-hole hitter, but in this kind of lineup, there's no bona fide big boppers, so why not try and manufacture as many runs as you can? So we'll get the first pitch to Delancey from Hatcher. He delivers. Inside, ball 1.
It doesn't appear that Hatcher's going to be the type of the high velo guy. Looks like a guy that just tries to locate off speed, change speeds, get out in front and all that.
Pioneers coached by head coach Ryan Hunt this year, as Vol State, as you said, towards the middle of the pack this year in conference play. That pitch is in there, strike 1. These teams, like you said, identical. Chattanooga State 11-15 in conference play, as Vol was 14-12. Chat State 32-19 overall, 28-16 for Vol State. Vol State having just a great game against Columbia yesterday. It took about 2 hours, not only the time, but here's a hit and run situation. The bag is trying to be stolen by Hayden Locke. Tough play. He's safe. To plant the tag just ever so slightly late, and Hayden Locke may have gotten away with one there.
Yeah, that was a good throw by the catcher there. I thought he had a good enough jump, just not to stand up, obviously, but I thought the bag was taken really from the jump, but it didn't prove out that way. Nice toss by the catch. Yes. I remember that going forward here in the game.
Yesterday, Jacob Cole throwing a complete game, about 4 strikeouts, gets the win against the Columbia State team, who is now eliminated. That pitch down in the dirt now. Looks like we'll have a 3-1 count. So a hitter's count to Ty Delancey. Does have a home run in this postseason. He's tied for the lead in that category with a bunch of guys who have 1. So a hitter's count here. He's got 4 on the season, does Delancey. And to be quite honest with you, Mark, I was surprised when I saw that one jump off the bat and carry all the way over the fence. He turned on it quickly. 3-1 count. Swing and a miss. Looks like he fouled that one off. So he'll get the sign. Full count here. These are the important at-bats when you get down 2 strikes. As Chris Tyler on deck. Had a rough night last night at the plate, did Chris Tyler. Had the golden sombrero?
Yeah, he might have had 4. I'm going to have to go back here and check into that. But yeah, he struggled at the plate.
So a full count to Delancey. 1 out, 1 runner on second. Hatcher's pitch. And it's a call, yanked, strike 3. Looked a little low. Delancey didn't like it, but he's caught looking. Now 2 down, and Hatcher may be able to get out of this. As we said, Chris Tyler coming up to the plate.
Up to bat, number 18, Chris Tyler.
Playing first base today. Had 4 strikeouts yesterday, so looking to make contact today. A lot of times when you have those games where you have multiple strikeouts, the next day you come out and you're free swinging and maybe you make some good contact. One down low for ball 1. All freshmen for the Tigers this year. So a lot of great, just fantastic experience being absorbed. They're sponges out there, folks. The 1-0. That's down. Called strike. As it looked like the catcher had to corral it in the dirt, but Hatcher maybe a cross-up situation. Hatcher on the season does have 2 complete games to his name. As for Chris Tyler, 358 average, 494 on base. He really came on the scene late, folks. 26 games, 67 ABs, 16 runs batted in. Stapled himself into this starting lineup for the Tigers. As it looks like we had maybe a conversation between umpire and catcher. Maybe that ball would cross up and it.
Yeah, I think that's what caused it there. I just can't seem to get straight on their signals, but never really understood that when the first inning. You're in the dugout prior to that. You think you'd be on page.
1-1 count. Inside, ball 2. Tyler doing a nice job of locating these pitches as Noah Fitzgerald is on deck. He had a big day yesterday, a pretty crucial double. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Scratch that. He didn't have a double. He had a triple, and then it was in the top of the 9th inning, and later was brought home, and it was a huge insurance run for the Tigers against Motlow State. So a 2-1 count. He got him swinging. Scratch that. It's a 2-2 count. That's a strikeout. As Chris Tyler goes down, now 5 strikeouts in his last 2 games. So Tigers get a runner on second, but they can't do anything with it. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning for the Vol State Pioneers to take some at-bats. Back here in the bottom of the first inning as Bryce Woody on the slab for Chattanooga State today. And Mark Woody, one of the options for the Tigers. How's he look this season?
Well, Bryce has thrown about 28 innings. He's pitched more the last few weeks because of these injuries that the Tigers have accumulated, but he's 3-3. Most of those wins were non-conference, but he's a hard thrower, good velo. He just has to be able to locate, which is the story for any pitcher, but really for him, settle down and try to keep him getting behind hitters.
High fastball there, and now Baylor Steelman settles in, the leadoff hitter. He's playing center field today. Pretty good pitch there. It's a strike. So Vol State coming into this game having some confidence at the plate. Hit a pretty good pitcher in Keegan Fogue for Columbia State. Got 4 runs on it, mainly behind a Brent Ritchie 3-run home run.
Now Woody's in the upper 80s. You know, if he just take a breath, you know, settle into the moment. He can overpower these guys. He's got to locate his pitches, but he's got the velo that they're going to have a hard time catching up on. Nice pitch there. And
Good pitch called strike 3. As you said, paints the outside corner, and pretty good start for Mr. Woody. So a couple of called third strikes here. These teams feeling out the umpire's zone.
Number 2, Lofton Cotton.
1 out for Lofton Cotton. Ground ball to first base, and that'll get through. So Schmall will corral it, and Lofton Cotton's got himself a 1-out single. He just takes the first pitch and swings, knowing that Woody's going fastball.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by Cotton. That's the kind of thing you want to see out of the Tigers with facing Hatcher, but Woody's got a little bit more velo here, but you know what? That's the way to go. You go opposite field with somebody throwing hard. On the opposite field, you don't try to pull.
That brings up the shortstop, Jake Lyle. Tigers at double play ball depth. Cotton on the season, 16 stolen bases. So Trey Hall is going to have to keep an eye on him. Same with Woody. First pitch is a strike. Woody's got the stuff to get a throw down at second with his velocity. Just a matter of can't Trey Hall execute the throw. So no 1 count to Jake Lyle. He's shortstop hitting at a .336 average, 7 homers, 42 runs batted in. Good pitch there. Another strike as he's up 0-2 now. Looks like maybe a bit of a pulling the string.
Well, that's a good sign so far. Woody's able to get his curveball over the plate or slider or whatever the off-speed pitch is, but he's getting it over. We didn't see that last night from Chattanooga State.
Pitcher started yesterday, Kyle Nunn, did get 6 innings and kept the Tigers in the game and did have 7 walks, 6 strikeouts, but was able to keep them afloat enough to where the offense could help them out in the end. They used a total of about 4 pitchers yesterday. 0-2 count to Jake Lyle. Swing and a miss, nice pitch there. Strike 3. So Lyle will go down on strikes, and that brings up the ever-dangerous Bill Hamilton.
Number 33, Bill Hamilton.
Just a powerful-looking individual. Hamilton, 5 homers, 29 RBIs, slugged at a .600 mark, but Bill Hamilton looked very similar to the 3 batters faced from Motlow State last night.
Yes, very much so.
So he's DHing today after a bit of a lower body injury. Not entirely sure what it was on a stretch to get a ball at first base. So he'll settle in here with Woody's first pitch down in the dirt, a little low, ball 1.
Yeah, I remember that play. It was like he was playing first, tried to stretch a little bit longer and like tweak the hammy or so, maybe his groin area a little bit there. And obviously, it's not enough that he can't play.
Good enough to hit.
We'll see if he hits and has to run. That's the next question.
The 1-0. Ground ball, that hits the hole. Well, they're playing that space over by second base, and now Cotton will go to third base, and the Pioneers are in business here. Not going to lie to you, saying Lofton Cotton is going to get my tongue tied multiple times tonight. So Brent Ritchie up, and he's familiar with situations with 2 runners on. Last game, a 3-run home run over the Chat on the center field wall. The Vol State Pioneers from Gallatin, Tennessee. They played their somewhat crosstown rivals in Columbia last game, both in the Nashville area. Woody's pitch, down in the dirt, ball 1. Nice block by Trey Hall. Tigers in an orange top, gray pants, blue hats, while the Pioneers white hats, blue bills. Blue tops with white pants and majority of them white cleats. Scratched out all of them with white cleats. 1-0. Outside, ball 2. So Ritchie on the season now with 7 home runs. He came in yesterday with 6, but he's a .250 hitter, but slugging at a .514 rate. When he gets a hold of it, it goes a pretty good distance. It's just a matter of coming in contact with it. And that one he wanted to get a hold of. 2-1, the count, as he gets a sign from Coach Hunt.
See, that was where the velo helps there at 2-0. He's looking fastball, and Woody just threw it by him.
Yeah. So velocity will matter, especially in this darkness. It's a little hard to pick up pitches, no wind going anywhere. Richie's 2-1, and that's a good pitch for strike 2. So Woody trying to get out of a corners jam, as it looks like there's a shift on for at least second base. He's playing rather close to the base with 2 outs. Maybe an inside pitch here for Richie. Somebody alert Ty Delancey. 2-2 pitch. Good one, but
Nice
a ball.
pitch.
Looks like the umpire's just waiting, calling it a ball, as the Tigers were all synchronized at running off the field. So now it's run full. This is where you get a dangerous part of the game. You got full count, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Don't want to load the bases up for Ryan Horn, but Woody needs to be smart here. For Vol State, Richie needs to be smart as well. Somewhat of a free swinger on the season. 39 strikeouts, 20 walks. So essentially 2 strikeouts to every walk. 3-2. Hits it right back to Woody. It's on the mound. He can't find it. He fields it, throws over to first, not in time. Oh, he got him. I stand corrected. It looks like he beat it, but Woody knocks it straight down, and he picks it up and throws over to first, much to the chagrin of the Vol State fans. So he gets out of it. No runs scored. We'll head to the top of the second inning. Stay tuned. Top of the second inning here. Bit of a controversial call to end the first inning, but Bryce Woody gets out of the jam, and that'll bring up Noah Fitzgerald. And Mark, we were talking about in between innings, a very bang-bang play. Both of us kind of wrote it off as a base hit. I even was on the call saying that'll score a run, thinking it was a safe play at first.
Yeah, and I mean, I really kind of gave up on the play too, because it looked like Woody couldn't find the ball, and Richie was 3/4 of the way down before he could pick the ball up. So, you know,
velocity isn't only impactful on pitches, but also PFP. First pitch to Noah Fitzgerald, he pulls back. Ball 1. So the Pioneers, unfortunately, don't get the run there. Looks like everybody thought they were going to, except the most important person. That one's in there for a strike. So 1-1 to Noah Fitzgerald. Had a huge triple last night in the 9th inning. Led to an insurance run as he fouls that one off. Always a tough position at Chattanooga State, being a shortstop, with the head coach Greg Dennis also playing shortstop in his playing day. So it's always a position to look at.
Well, we've had some. I would say they've had some great shortstops in the past. So yeah, it's just a kind of a lineage of what you expect.
The 2-2 ground ball. That's a tough play. Big league chopper. Hatcher just lobs it up. That's nowhere near first base. What an interesting play, and that gets out of play. Where is he going to end up? He kind of jumped off his back foot and threw it in the air as he lost his hat. Where are they going to put him? At second base?
I guess they're going to hold him there.
Ruling it a hit.
Interesting. They're giving that a he would have been on, I think. I mean, it was just the throw was crazy.
Maybe the adrenaline got to Hatcher there, as if he just sits on that one, then he can have a runner at first with a double play ball. But now Vinny Vega coming up to the plate, so Tigers looking to take advantage of a mistake.
I think he's looking for a Sports Center moment. He thought he was a little bit more than what it actually he was capable of doing there.
It was similar to a quarterback on the back foot trying to lob it in, and that wasn't working.
Yeah, kind of like a Brett Favre there, maybe a little bit, right?
First pitch to Vega. Thought about going around. It is a strike. Interesting here as Vega, a lot of speed. See what Ball State wants to do. And if Chattanooga State was pretty anything going into this game, it was don't get burnt on the wheel route. We've seen that at least half a dozen times. So Vega may want to put it bunt down here. We'll see what the decision is. Not going to bunt. Now he can't. 2 strikes. So got to get the bat off your shoulder if you're Vinny Vega here. Catcher seems to be fine after that play. So the 0-2 pitch to Vinny Vega, the Dalton product. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Those are the at-bats you can't have in this position if you're Chattanooga State.
No, you can't. You've got to be able to move the runner over. I mean, it's just about part of baseball. So, I mean, the difference between, being successful and not.
We'll bring up Theron Powell, the DH. He's had a pretty good postseason. The pitch outside looked like maybe there's going to be a play over at second with the second baseman. If that ball would have been inside, Theron Powell may have hit it right where the second baseman was.
Yeah, that's where the pitcher's got to see. If he's smart and sees that his guy commit like that, he's got to either step off if he's not going to throw.
Hatcher delivers. Ground ball up the middle. That may score a run. Here comes Fitzgerald rounding third base. Coach Dennis is sending him home. The throw from Steelman. That's not going to make it. Oh, not a great slide by Noah Fitzgerald. Rather awkward there, but the run still counts. So 1-0 our score. Chattanooga State scores first for the 3rd game in a row. And the past 2 times they've done that, well, they've gone on to win the game. So Theron Powell with another RBI. He may be one of the postseason leaders in that category, as he's done a nice job of seeing the ball and really just hitting it where people aren't. That brings up the catcher, Trey Hall. So double play ball in play here as Powell has to get back. Trey Hall, the catcher, he's very similar in build and play style to former catcher of Chattanooga State, Chaz Vesser. That's a base hit. That'll get in the gap. Theron Powell may round second base, and the right fielder knocks it down. Well, he's got to go pick it up. Coach Dennis holds Powell there, and Trey Hall has a stand-up double and looks over to the dugout. So Trey Hall getting amped up a little bit here, and the Tigers are looking to build on something. Now up to Max Schmall. But to continue on my thought, very same build and overall personality kind of Chaz Vesser, former Chattanooga State Tiger who went on to play at MTSU. Just a solid catcher, could hit, could run, and kind of had a gritty defensive style. Trey Hall looks very similar to that. As 2 runners on, 1 out, and Max Hall at the plate. Max Schmall, rather.
Well, here we are back on the 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. We talked about this, the last 2 days on numerous games, and these are situations where teams have got to take advantage, especially a team like Chattanooga State that's got limited.
Trouble finding it. That's a high fly ball in the center field. Could it get down? Shortstop catches it. Here comes Powell to the plate. We may have a play here. Did the catch the tag? He's out. It looked close, folks. It looked like his hand may have slipped in, but the play is called out. Powell pretty mobile there, but nice job by the shortstop Lyle to get him out. So that'll end the inning and the threat. 1-0 your score. We'll head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. 1-0 our score here. Chattanooga State scores 1 in the top of the second inning, and then the inning-ending play at the plate where Theron Powell gets doubled up by, looks like Jake Lyle, as we're going to get some pitching tools, equipment, if you will, for Bryce Woody. Nice throw there by Lyle, and Mark, you were mentioning it. He calls off the center fielder and is backtracking, and then still has the arm strength and accuracy to deliver a ball to Hopkins.
Yeah, that was a really good throw. It was mid-center field. I mean, I thought once he caught it like that, he's gonna score, But you know what? He put a really good throw in and bang bang, and they didn't get the call.
So 2 controversial calls here early, both costing runs with Vol State's at first, and now the play at the plate for Chattanooga State. So it's a 1-0 count to Ryan Horn. Horn getting his first taste of postseason action this year. That one's on the outside corner. Strike 1. Horn is a freshman this year, heading at .237 average. 1-1 count. That one's down in the dirt, ball 2. So Woody needs to do his best to find the zone if he wants to keep the Tigers alive. If you're Horn, you got a 2-1 count, and you can swing away. Doesn't do so there. Nice pitch, but outside. So definite hitters count here. Horn wanting to leave his imprint in this postseason. 2 homers on the season, 15 runs batted in with a 3-1 count. The pitch. Ball 4. Leadoff walks are killers in the postseason and the regular season, and Vol does a nice job of drawing one there. So Woody had some flashes of brilliance in the first inning, now behind in a walk, and it's not as simple as in the major leagues to say, well, you can just roll a double play here.
No, not at all. We take it for granted because we see it on TV, and not we see it all the time, but you just assume that any moment that guy's going to be able to deliver that pitch that's going to give you that. Of course, not everybody's Max Scherzer or Clayton Kershaw or something like
That's
that.
right. That's right. Brings in Joe McNamee. First baseman on first. Now the third baseman at the plate. Ground ball, and that gets 3. So now the Pioneers are working with something as they were last time. But last time there was at least 1 out. So Woody's got to do his best to get out of this jam. And if you're Vol State, I tell you what, Colin Hopkins, you've got yourself an opportunity here. Maybe a bunt over. Coach Hunt gives him the signal. And Hopkins had a single last game. And a nice play at the plate there to block up Theron Powell. Tigers having some trouble sliding into the plate. Fitzgerald didn't do such a great job when he scored. And Powell kind of stumbling in as well. Bunts up. Good, pretty good bunt there. The only play is at first. Woody throws in time. It looks like strike or out number 1. And I got to watch myself saying in time because you never know with these bang-bang plays.
No, that's a good play by Woody. And actually, Tyler had committed in and came back to the bag, and sometimes that can be a problem because you can't find the bag if you're running back as first baseman. Fortunately, he did. You want to just almost give the second baseman the play on that.
Many times you see a defenseman just slamming their foot on the ground looking for some kind of contact.
Yeah, he's worried about the ball coming at him. He's fishing with his feet, trying to find something that's, he's searching for. He can't look down, so.
Matt Brown at the plate. Sac fly opportunity, 1 out. That one's down away. Ball 1. So Brown on the season. Let's see how many RBIs he's got. That's 17, looking for his 18th here. And after him, it'll be flipped back to the top of the lineup with Baylor Steelman. 1-0. Thought about it, doesn't go. You're right. These teams are very identical. There's not really any players here that are just jump off the page, circle that guy, pencil him in for X amount of momentum swings. But a lot of solid players, fundamentally focused players who get base hits in situations like this and mainly get productive outs rather than 20 to 30 home runs. That one's hit fair. Tyler makes a play. There's only play at first. That's a tough one for the pitcher. He makes it. So a 3-1 put out, but the run comes home. It's a productive out, as I was saying. And now the Pioneers have tied the ball game.
Taylor Stillman.
Nice play by Tyler there. I think at first he was thinking about trying to just go to the bag himself, but Woody kind of thought that same thing too. Fortunately, he was close enough. He ended up tossing it.
That's when that kind of freshman exchange, you got to be yelling, mine, 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 yours, yours. Come
I mean,
on,
the whole
that
field,
kind of
if you
deal.
look at it, it's all freshmen. And, although you like to say now they're not freshmen anymore, but they are freshmen.
Oh, they're still freshmen.
And,
It's baseball.
there's a level of frustration probably, I know, with coaching is that you got all these freshmen you brought in, but you know what? They're still feeling it. But like you said, this kind of experience will translate into next year, next fall when they come back.
The 0-1, 2 outs. That one's in the dirt. Trey Hall blocks it up. And pass ball can score a run, and we've seen that a couple of times. Well, more than a couple of times here this weekend. And quite honestly, nothing's more aggravating for your team to allow a pass ball to score a run.
Yeah, it really does backbreak. I mean, of course, we saw it in just the last game we watched, and like almost 2 or 3 in a row, and it's just.
It's a good pitch there, strike 2. So
Going back to what you were talking about, Vol is and a lot of the teams here in this league. I mean, they can hit they can hit fastballs,
Yep.
and they do it real well. But Vol is one of those teams that kind of plays on emotion. I mean, they're not the only team that in this league that's like that, but they
1-2.
really are like that.
Doesn't get the call. Trey Hall, that's the second time now. Yeah, you're exactly
They're like
right.
Columbia. They're like a Columbia State's a lot like that. Motlow, of course, is but you get them going, and you let
Yep.
them go and go, and they're gonna rise even maybe above their level as far as how they're gonna perform.
And they travel well. Delancey can't make that play. That run will score now, and it's a 2-1 lead for Vol State. And as you're talking about momentum swings, and they travel well, as I was saying, and Steelman delivers with an RBI.
Well, that was well hit there. I don't know couldn't really see what the pitch was. If it was an off speed, but whatever it was up in the zone.
So one of the first times this is the first time Chattanooga State has trailed all tournament after being up 18-1 and 1 point and 4-0 last game. So that pitch is looks like high for a ball. Lofton Cotton, first pitch he saw, he sent it to right field. So Schmall needs to be unaware. Cotton made a nice catch as a throw over's not in time. Nice catch yesterday out in left field, kind of sprawled out across the center fielder and laid out for that one. I know that one got a lot of hits on the Twitter page. 1-0 count, 2 outs. 1 runner on, throws over, not in time. Speaking of Twitter page, folks, follow us on Twitter for updates at every half inning. At TCCAA Region 7 BSB. That's our Twitter handle. We'll update you on all the happenings. And if you're here watching the game with us at 9:30 Eastern, we salute you. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Yesterday, this game ended about, 11:40?
Yeah, had to have. I mean,
It's a long day.
remember, I didn't remember getting back to the house till about 12:30.
So it's about a 15-minute drive. So.
It's a long day. We were just talking about it. Today's games. We're back to 4 games, and the games today have really, I thought, rose better than yesterday. I mean,
Yes.
each game was really intense, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah, for the most part. And then a couple of times it'd be at the end as Hayden Locke fields that one to fielder's choice to end the inning. But not before Vol State scratches 2 across now. Your score 2-1. We'll head to the top of the 3rd inning. Tigers head to the plate. Here in the top of the third inning, rather. Back to the top of the lineup for Chattanooga State. Sean Cheeley trying to set the table for the Tigers. That pitch is low, ball one. So he was, in his first at-bat, flew out to right field. That's Brent Ritchie, and didn't get it really, got under the ball there. That one's outside, ball two. So if the Tigers are going to have any kind of production offensively, it starts with this guy right here. Getting on base, swiping some bags, just wreaking havoc. That pitch is in there, strike one. And we saw it last night when Chattanooga State took a big lead. You thought, how are they going to respond? And the way to keep that lead and make sure momentum stays on your side is having quality at-bats. That one's outside, 3-1. Tigers were able to have enough of those to beat Motlow, and Motlow ended up winning in a walk-off today, so they stay alive. The 3-1, ball four. So Sean Cheeley, one of the most dangerous base runners in this region, on first base with a leadoff walk. We'll see what's dialed up here. These are pretty perfect hit and run mates right here, him and Hayden Locke.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. He got a left-hander, so he should be capable of keeping Cheeley close. Cheeley now has got to watch this move, try to decipher out what. Here comes the move to first. You can see that right there. Not sure that's not his best move, but you got his job right now is to try to draw out his best move so they can see going forward. But that's a good healthy lead. It's a he can get more, but right now, see he's trying to figure out. He went back to first, so right now he's still guessing.
As that pitch is taken, Locke squared around a bunt, and he didn't pull back in time, so it's a 0-1 count. We'll see if the Tigers stay with the bunt here. Third baseman McNamee wanting to get a piece of it. That one gets through the infield. Here comes Cheeley around second base, heading for third. Hayden Locke checking the throw, and Cheeley standing up on third base. Single right there by Hayden Locke.
Up to bat, number 23, Todd Delancey.
Horn having a bit of that's a tough call there with Cheeley covering first and a line rope on the ground by Hayden Locke, but that combined with fielding error earlier, as now Ty Delancey's at the plate. So, Tigers are saying, hey, Vol State, you zig, we zag. Vol's saying, hey, you zag, we zig. We're going back and forth.
I think this is going to be a good boxing match of trading blows.
Yep. May come down to a chess match of pitchers and coaching, and that one can get down. That will. Sean Cheeley should score easily. Hayden Locke to second. Another tie game. Ty Delancey coming up big. Going the other way
nice
against
job
the lefty.
by Delancey, and that's what you want to do with a lefty whose fastball is generally going to tail away from you if you're a right-hander. You got to go with the pitch. You got to be willing to say, hey, I cannot pull that outside pitch. Hit it just as hard to the opposite field, and that's what Delancey did. So we need Chris Tyler coming up is a guy who's been struggling, needless to say, in this tournament. So it'll be nice to see him possibly get going here.
Not even from the sense of, obviously base hits is a perfect situation, but just making contact with it right now for Chris Tyler. Two runners on, nobody out, squares the bunt, pulls it back in time for ball, and look at the lead Ty Delancey can get with the first baseman already there. So Hayden Locke on second base, a decent amount of speed for Locke, as Chris Tyler, the first baseman, just wanting to be of service for his offense. 1-0 count. Squares around. Puts it down. Towards the face. It's in fair territory. The play is only to one. Chris Tyler had to scoot back. It was so close to hitting him towards the head that it threw him off. But he does move the runners over with one out. So a productive out for Chris Tyler.
Yeah, that was a defensive bunt at Benny. I guess, fortunately, he was able to make contact with it. And
surprised it stayed in fair territory.
It bunted in the direction of where he needed to bunt it at. So, I don't know if he actually executed that. He did execute it properly. I don't know if he actually knew how good he executed it.
So now Noah Fitzgerald getting a talking to from his head coach. And last time at the plate, Fitzgerald singled and scored a run.
Number 31, Noah Fitzgerald.
Just received word on ESPN that we had our second no-hitter of the year, James Paxton.
ESPN. He said
Throws a no-hitter versus the Blue Jays for the sixth
having
in their franchise
he's
history.
having a really good year this year.
Actually, the 2 no-hitters were in the AL West. The first one by Sean Manaea with the
With the
Oakland A's.
and James
So
Paxton.
any of you that have Paxton
Fantasy.
on your fantasy team,
Yeah.
you are happy tonight.
Yep.
I can't say that I am, but
Well, I had Dylan Bundy who didn't even get it out. That pitch is in there for strike 1 to Fitzgerald.
now Fitzgerald's really, most hitters are just frothing at the mouth with this kind of situation here. Second and third, I'm a righty facing a lefty, and the infield's playing back. They're going to give the run, so you just want to hit the ball. If you hit it to short at second, they're going to give you the run.
He put a Matty hack into that one, and that shows how the tendencies and tradition for Chattanooga State, the first baseman's crept up in front of the bag just in case Fitzgerald wants to put a bunt down. He's still there with even with 2 strikes. So Fitzgerald, a strikeout would be crucial here. It would hurt the Tigers. Down in the dirt, ball 1. As it looks like we have somebody else warming up or on deck for the Tigers right now instead of Vinny Vega. The 1-2 inside in the dirt gets away. Nobody's going anywhere. 2-2.
Mike 21. It could be Gavin Harmon. Let's see. We haven't seen Gavin yet I don't believe in the
I don't
tournament.
think so, no. I thought you said Gabe Herman. Is it Gabe
Yeah,
Herman?
it's Gavin Harmon, freshman from Douglasville. He's an outfielder, so chances are if Coach Dennis is going to make a move, he'll move to bring in a guy that can play the outfield, obviously, also.
2-2 pitch to Fitzgerald. Swing and a miss. That's a huge out. Fitzgerald just kind of swung rather hard at that one and wasn't able to make any contact. And now that brings up, as we said, number 21, Harmon. So Vinny Vega's day is done. Strikeout and a rather crucial at bat as well. But Harmon's up. Now seeing a lefty with 2 runners on. Now 2 outs. Just a tough.
I shouldn't say missed opportunity, but
Yeah.
we'll see here in the next few couple minutes here if that was a missed opportunity or not. But
Credit Hatcher for getting the job done and knowing that these Tiger hitters want to swing as hard as they can, try and pull the ball. That one's in the dirt. Nice eye by Harmon. As Hatcher gets the ball back from Hopkins. 2-2 our score here in the top of the 3rd inning. Interesting that Chattanooga State's at their home field, but they've been visiting the visiting team twice. It's all about that seeding. The 1-0. High and inside, ball 1. So Harmon wanting to get the job done, move the line along for Theron Powell, who's seeing the ball well, singled his last time up. 2-0 count, hitters count. It's down in the dirt, ball 3.
well, he's got a base open, so he's pitching around Harmon, not necessarily knowing the scouting report, but I'm sure he's feeling like, okay, I've got a base open, 2 outs. I'm not going to make a silly pitch here,
Yeah.
and
Now you're
even though Powell is swinging the bat, I'll take my chances as a lefty up against a lefty. So
fair enough. As Harmon
always thinking about baseball, the fundamental thing to do here, and necessarily it has to be automatically always the thing to do, but.
3-0, we'll see if he gets the green light. I would imagine he's got a red light here with such a crucial at-bat. That's a strike. Taking all the way was Harmon because, boy, that was down Broadway.
No.
So now a 3-1 count. This is where you have the green light. It's funny how that switches so quickly. Hitters count the 2. That's a high fly
He
ball
launched
deep
that.
into left center field, tracking it down. Will they make a play on it? It's
That's
gone.
launched.
Pinch hit home run. Gabe Harmon with a 3-run shot. Can't do it any better than that. Absolutely got under it.
And following Chet State, that's Harmon's MO. He can launch the ball, but he also can strike out a lot. And lately he's been a little bit off, and that's probably why we haven't seen him in the lineup. But he is capable and has done that in the season of launching balls out of the park. So
Second home run of the postseason for Chattanooga State. Now they've opened that lead to a 5-2 score with Theron Powell at the plate. Another dangerous hitter who can go pull. The 1-0 inside corner, strike one.
Hatcher had the base open, and he kind of just laid one
Yeah,
in, you know.
just like
and
the 3-0 pitch.
Pays the price for it, but
Tigers take advantage. 1-1 pitch. Strike two. So Theron Powell's now down to a lefty, as he's going to have to be defensive and battle up here. That's fouled back. Trey Hall trying to make a play on it. Yeah, you're right. Just hit the launching pad and went straight up. I thought maybe there'd be a play on the warning track, but
well, I mean, it
gets
turned
right
out
over.
they followed it all the way to the fence. They must have thought the ball, and maybe it didn't land that far past the fence.
He's going for his own home run there as Powell, and that's a strikeout. So that's the tale of two power swings. 5-2 our score, thanks to Harmon's 3-run home run. We will head to the bottom of this third inning. 5-2, Chattanooga State on top.
After that,
5-2 our score. It's been a back and forth affair. We'll see if Chattanooga State's able to put up a goose egg here as Jake Lyle, 3-4-5 coming up to the plate. Lyle struck out last time against Woody. Seems like whoever's going to get the most goose egg or limited offensive power against is going to have a good chance of pulling out a W. Because as we said earlier, you zig, I zag, back and forth. If you score, I score. If I don't score, you don't score. That kind of deal. The 1-0. And that one looks like a ball. Looks rather extremely close. As the umpires calls it a ball. So 2-0. We had a leadoff walk last time. Ended up giving up 2 runs. That one's fouled off. Bryce Woody on the slab for the Tigers today, facing Jake Lyle. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Bill Hamilton up next. He's singled, and Richie grounded out to the pitcher. The 2-1. Good pitch there. Inside, 3-1. So hitters count to Jake Lyle, the most dangerous hitter on the team. 7 homers, 9 doubles, on base of 412. And slugging at a .564 number. That's an OPS around 970. The 3-1 pitch, that's ball 4. So that wasn't even close. As Lyle draws a walk, and those are crucial. And Woody, if he's going to want to stick around in this game, has got to stop giving leadoff walks. Much like Hatcher did with Chile. So 1 runner on, Bill Hamilton at the plate. I'm interested as you are to see how well Bill Hamilton moves down the baseline.
Well, after he hit that ball first time, I watched him. He did a couple, 3 steps, and he kind of realized that he's kind of slow. He's kind of slow trotting a little bit. Granted, that was a base hit, that was no doubt. But I'm like you. I'm going to watch closely if he gets one that a play has to be made.
So maybe a double play opportunity here for Chattanooga State as Trey Hall blocks that one up. Did he go around? No. An emphatic appeal is denied. 1-0 count. Bill Hamilton, not to be confused for you Cincinnati Reds fans, with Billy Hamilton, the speedster who plays center field. Throws over to first. Nice move there, not in time, but he's got to keep Lyle honest. Hamilton on the year, as you said, 5 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Just a towering first baseman here. The 1-0. Good pitch there, down low, ball 2. As we say, our depth of perception is off up here to the left. And there is a pole in our faces here. So we're not able to see the entire zone. So we're just giving you our vision here. 2-2, that looks pretty good also, strike 1. So Woody needs to find his strike zone, mainly with that fastball. Opens up the off-speed things and allows that fastball to look a little faster. Throws over, not in time. Gabe Harmon with the pinch hit home run last inning. That's just such an interesting story there. Subs in for Vinny Vega after 1 at-bat. 2-1. He's off and running. Hamilton hits a line fly ball. Chile may be able to get under it. Oh, he got it!
Whoa,
Chile caught it on the fence. He brings it back. He's safe at first. What a catch by Sean Chile.
You could barely see him out there.
What an absolute unbelievable
That is
catch.
robbery. That's absolute robbery.
I have no idea how he was able to bring that one home, but Bill Hamilton sitting down with now 1 out, a runner on first, and Brent Ritchie at the plate. Holy cow, Sean Chile.
I thought that ball was gone as soon as he hit it. I just kind of wrote it off. I was writing HR, and he went back, and you could barely see him. It was unbelievable.
After seeing that home run last half inning and that one, you just assumed it was gone as well. So Woody gets another sign of life here, and Ritchie's at the plate. He's homered in this postseason. Bill Hamilton robbed. I don't even know if it's at the fence, over the fence. I'm not sure. For all I know, Chile may have had a baseball in his back pocket and stuck it in his glove.
Oh, that makes you,
1-0. Good pitch there. Thought about it. 2-0. Keeps getting behind these hitters, this Woody, and that's going to cause for more, asking for more incredible plays like Chile just made. Another one. Let's see if Chile can do it again. This one's a little more routine. He calls off the right fielder, thinking about going to first. And now 2 outs. Suddenly Woody's become a fly ball pitcher. Ryan Horn at the plate. Still
Up to bat, number 12.
Jake Lyle at first base. He just can't seem to get off that bag with all these fly balls.
Well, Chile right now probably thinks he's Superman, and he's just cruising around center field, just snatching balls here and there. And
he comes up third in the next half inning, so maybe he can make a play at the plate as well, right on some momentum for the Chattanooga State Tigers as he throws over to first, not in time. 2 outs, 1 runner on, 5-2 your score. Sean Chile's really making his presence known in this tournament, especially in this inning. So Woody from the stretch throws over to first, not in time. He's really worried about Lyle, as well he should be. Well, 5 stolen bases. That's good for third on the team. But he is a shortstop, so he's got to be able to move. As Woody yet to throw a pitch to Horn. He walked and scored last at-bat. That one's outside, throw down to first.
No.
Nice block. Really good block by Chris Tyler there. As at-bat, he almost was hit by the bunt attempt, and then this time he's got to put his chest behind the ball.
we've seen a lot of pickoff attempts by the catcher throughout the last couple of days. Some good, better than others, and
1-0 count, 2 outs. Ground ball. Tyler, can he make the play? He does. In fair territory called. That's out number 3. As the Vol State fans unhappy with that, but that's 3 outs for the Tigers, 3 unassisted, and we'll head to the top of the 4th inning here. Your score 5-2, Jet State on top. All right, here top in the 4th inning, your score 5-2. Chattanooga State on top, and what an eventful inning that last inning was for Sean Cheely. Robs a home run from Bill Hamilton, then he makes a nice catch to get the second out of the inning, and then there's a somewhat controversial play at first base, whether fair or foul. First pitch to Trey Hall is taken outside, ball 1. Vol State fans wanted to know, was he in fair territory or foul territory? The umpires ruled fair and then ground out into the inning. That pitch is in there, strike 1. So a 1-1 count to the catcher Trey Hall, who doubled his last at-bat and does a nice job of just hitting it, and it's lined straight for the scoreboard on most of his hits. 2-1 pitch. Yes. Looks like there's still some softball action going on. Not entirely sure who's winning what. That's a good pitch there, 2-2. It evens the count.
Well, I thought that Chat State's, the women were due to play the last game tonight.
Somebody's up 3-0, a guest team, 2-2. Ground ball to shortstop. That's a tough play for Lyles. He fields it cleanly, throws the first in time. Nice job there by Lyles to get the first out of the inning. Talking about NBA in between the inning, I almost said NBA player's name with the last name Lyles rather than Jake Lyles. Yeah. Almost said Trey Lyles of the Denver Nuggets. That would have been a faux pas. As Max Schmall coming up to the plate, he flew out to the second baseman. That ball is for strike 1. Schmall, if you remember, had that play where he flew it to center field. The shortstop grabbed it, caught it, and threw it in. Doubled up Theron Powell, and was an absolute, we thought was going to be the best play of the night. Little did we know the next inning Sean Cheely would rob a home run. So keeping you on your toes are these two teams. Schmall swings and misses. Max Schmall, younger brother of Nate Schmall, former Chattanooga State player, played in the outfield here a couple years back. Now playing at, if I'm not mistaken, Georgia College. That one's fouled off, and his team making a nice little run here in the postseason play. I think they were nationally ranked, if I'm not mistaken. So playing a little catcher and outfield is Mr. Schmall from the Atlanta area. His brother Max at the plate here, 1-2 pitch. That's a similar at-bat to the last one, high fly ball. Here comes the shortstop, Lyle. Not Trey, reels it in, it's Jake. So pencil in F6 as Sean Cheely, the hero of last inning, comes to the plate. It's just going to be one of those games. If we get a 0, you get a 0. If we get 2, you get insert number of runs here.
Yeah, this game is there's more to come here on both sides.
This is
this is
first
the
course.
Pitchers shutting down each other.
Ground ball. This could be a tough play. Cheely's got some wheels. Fields it cleanly, throws the first in time. 3 up, 3 down for the Chattanooga State Tigers as they go down in order. Vol State will head to the dugout. They're down 3 runs, looking to get the bats going. Stay tuned for the bottom of the 4th inning. Bottom 4 here. Joe McNamee at the plate. He's playing third base today for the Pioneers. And Vol State looking to scratch some runs across against Bryce Woody First pitch inside, ball one. He's had a knack for walking the first batter in the inning. He's done it twice out of the 3 innings pitched. So Vol State's leadoff may not need to swing entirely. That one's a good one. Strike one. If Woody can get around that leadoff walk, he may be in business for at least a little bit of a groove going forward. Same for Hatcher. That one's low, ball one. So 2-1 pitch to Joe McNamee, the third baseman. On the lookout for Joe, short for Joseph. Hitting .226 on the season is the sophomore. Joe hails from Mount Juliet, Tennessee, home of Friendship Christian High School. That one hit over Fitzgerald, leadoff single. McNamie's just going to stay at first, doesn't want to risk it as ball's thrown in. Fitzgerald is a taller shortstop, but not that tall. He's no Carlos Correa in the air.
No.
As that one will get down, and it'll bring up Colin Hopkins, who hit into a fielder's choice last time. Mount Juliet High School and Friendship Christian in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Folks, we don't have the high school of the players on our rosters, just the location. Unless, what team is it? Dyersburg?
Yep.
Dyersburg, we have all the high schools. So a 5-2 lead for Chattanooga State. Runner on first base for the catcher. And that catcher goes around and Hopkins, and Hall does a nice job of blocking it up.
The problem with Dyersburg, if Coach White's listening, is the high schools are listed. They just don't tell them what town it is.
No, I have no idea where any of them are. Palestine High School.
I'm familiar with a lot of the area, and so these high schools could be anywhere all over the country. And I know that
or in other countries.
End up, yes.
One of them says Miami. I think it's Miami, Florida. Pretty good bunt here, but it's foul. As he's lucky he didn't kick it in fair territory, as it was rolling foul. Now 2 strikes to the catcher, Hopkins. You know, his numbers are deceptive here. He's only hitting at a .219 rate as a sophomore catcher, but he's had a couple hard hit balls here. Maybe.
Well, he's the one who practically took Woody's hand apart on that controversial close call between the pit. Woody threw the ball back to the first baseman.
Yes.
And,
a couple of plays
there.
A couple of plays at first base now that have been.
We're not even 4 innings in, and there's already been about 3 or 4 that sit and think about, and the majority of those have gone against ball at this point, much to the chagrin of.
Oh yeah, let's just say the umpires have heard about it. 1-1. That's a fly ball out. As I'm pretty sure that's a 1-2 count. It was prior. He took that first strike and went around, and then the foul bunt. So we'll get the scoreboard right here. 1-2 the count. Volunteer State, Gallatin, Tennessee. Outside of Nashville. Around Nashville, rather. 1-2. Pretty good pitch inside, 2-2. Volunteer State. They've adopted the Phillies P on their uniforms. That says Pioneers, but they've got that Philly P, the iconic. There is no Philly fanatic, though, over in the dugout area, which is somewhat, to be completely honest, I'm upset. I wish
we
they
have
had a
some
fanatic.
fanatics, but they're just not dressed up in a mascot costume. But they do extract the energy that the fanatic.
A lot of energy
did
coming from the
old Veterans Stadium. If you
as the 1-2 count to Hopkins, he's a Pioneer hitting right now, ground ball. This is a tough play for Delaney. He feels it, got to go to first. He's in time. Another close play at first base, and it looks like the umpire wants to see the ball for a second, and man, they can't make these plays any closer at first.
Well, Delancey got the ball, and he gave the eye look over to the second base because he, in his mind when he was heading there, he was going to go to second, and that little eye look was just a little bit of time to give that play a lot closer at first than it would have been originally if he'd have just committed automatically.
Maybe that's where that, he's played 40-something games, but he's still a freshman, and you're looking to make the lead out rather than the one at first, and get that simple out so you can get one. And now Matt Brown at the plate. Runner on second. Pretty good pitch there. Floats low and outside. Missed it where he wanted to. 1-0 count. We'll see if the wheel play is in order. I think you and I could go out and execute it to a perfection after seeing it so many times today. All the different teams with their different styles. 1-0. Interesting. Strike one.
Yeah, it's fun to watch from back here in the press box because you can see how the play starts and all that, and you never can really see it in the dugout. So, of course, we're all experts up here in the press box.
Absolutely.
You're not accountable for anything.
That's why they gave us those passes. 2-1.
Woody needs to really start. I mean, it's easy to say. He needs to start getting ahead of hitters where, he's falling into that trap again of getting behind and kind of throwing it up and just hoping that if the ball's hit hard, it's going to be hit hard to somebody, and can't make the plays all the time.
No, you can't live like that. Ground ball, check swing, that's foul. As Coach Hunt's going to make a play with his foot. So number 11, Bryce Woody. Usually the players who wear number 11, they get the nickname Sticks. He's up on the slab today. Getting the call from the dugout. 2-2 pitch to Matt Brown, the second baseman. In the dirt, Trey Hall does a nice job there. Brown grounded out to the first baseman where Woody came over and made a play on first, a little PFP. Right now, tomorrow's schedule is slated for a Cleveland State, Motlow State 10 a.m. game. That's one to wake up for. It'll be interesting. Full count. 1 out, runner on second. Line drive, fair ball. That'll get down, and it'll be extra bases. 1 run is in. Matt Brown rounding first, going to second. Now he's thinking about third, and the throw is going to be cut off. Matt Brown coming up big here as he drives in McNamee, but more importantly, there's no force outs here for Woody to find. So that time he left it over the plate, and he didn't hit it to one of his teammates. Did as Woody would have liked. 5-3 our score. You knew that it was coming. You zig, I zag. That's the way Vol State plays. Well, 5-3 lead. First pitch to Baylor Steelman, rather. Is in there for strike one. 0-1 pitch, 1 out. That's hit to Chile. You know he wants to get that play again. He will reel it in. Now the tag, the third. That's a tough play, but it'll be easy, actually. Thought maybe the cutoff man would relay, but he moves to third. So 2 outs, a pass ball can score him. And Chile's casting his net out there as he's just kind of reeling in everything he can.
That little Stillman, the leadoff hitter, he puts a stroke in the ball.
Yep.
I mean, I've watched him. Every ball he seems to hit has got a lot of zip on it, and I mean,
he's got that big white barrel. He's getting
not
to
a big,
the ball.
he's somewhat what you look like for your leadoff hitter, kind of diminutive, not anything to really you think get worried about up there. But he gets behind it, and I'm impressed with kind of velocity bat velocity he must be putting on the ball.
1-0 count to the 2-hole hitter Lofton Cotton. 1-0, that one's in there, strike one. This is where that pass ball is in play for a run, especially with a quick runner like Matt Brown, rather. 8 stolen bases he likes to move. 1-1, 2 outs, runner on third. Strike. Little delayed call there, but it is a strike. As now Woody, on a rare occasion, ahead of a hitter. One-two pitch. That's a tough play for Delancey to make. Can he make it? Fields it, throws to first. Not in time. Nice block by Tyler, but a run will score. Chat State's lead's cut to 1. That's a tough play. That's a fast runner and a Baltimore chop, if you will. That brings back Jake Lyle. He walked and got the first last time. As our score now 5-4, Chattanooga State.
We'll watch for Cotton to be on the move here. He's got good speed.
Another analogy for the way this game's going is it's a tennis match. Who can hold serve? Ground ball, that hit him. It's foul. Who's going to be able to hold serve here? And when I say hold serve, is produce some runs and get a stop, or at least more than one inning.
Well, if I remember correctly, watching the stream during their conference weekend, these games the same way. They both were just kind of slugging back and forth. You know, you were watching it and wanted to reach in the TV and just grab somebody. But yeah, I think that's what we're seeing here tonight.
0-1 count from Bryce Woody. He delivers. It's fouled straight back.
I mean, balls up there, they're aggressive. I mean, they're going to get their hacks. Now, it's up to Woody to move the ball around the plate, change speeds.
Yep.
We really doesn't. I haven't seen really any type of a change up or something. I mean, a guy like Woody that has upper velo needs to. A change up would really do wonders for him. Kind of like what we saw with Knack with Walter State. Not.
Yeah.
Something that you take.
That's a base hit. That'll get through. Let's see if he tries to go to third. Chile fields cleanly and throws in. Looks like Woody may be running on some fumes here. Nothing going in the bullpen yet. Don't want to surrender that lead.
Well, he's moving in now into the two big hitters, power hitters for balls. So he's gonna. We saw what Hamilton did last time up.
Here comes Coach Justin Parrish to come chat with Woody. As runner in scoring position, runner on first, and Bill Hamilton, he feels that he is due, at least owed one, by Sean Chile. As according to the Twitter account, was the best play of the tournament thus far. Whoever runs that made that final call. No vote there. As there have been some very spectacular plays here, and guess what? The tournament's still young. Walter State moving on today. They get the win. Dyersburg defeats Jackson there. Sent packing. Columbia loses to Motlow on a walk-off from Johnny Mangini. The reason I can remember that is Mangini got a big double to the right field side. There's some excitement coming from the Motlow fans and the Motlow broadcaster just a couple booths away from us. Columbia's sent home, and that's a very solid Columbia team. That's one that feels that maybe they should have taken a game here. Bill Hamilton at the plate. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Ground ball can get you out of this jam. 8 hits for Vol State today. 6 for Chattanooga State. Mentioned some walks for Vol. That's now 2 walks thus far. Bill Hamilton thought about it. Pulls back, ball 1. So we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Feels like it's been a lot more innings than that. This was such a back and forth affair. 1-0 count, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Softball game getting in action over there.
Well, he just
missed, wasn't even
good
close.
pitch to hit there. He took a good cut at it, but fortunately Woody had a little bit of velo on it. It was just literally able to throw it by him, but I don't know if I'd try that again.
Bill Hamilton looking for that one. He puts that in the back of his mind as he steps in for a 1-1 count. 1-1 pitch from Bryce Woody. Down in the dirt, Trey Hall has been very solid back there today. And it looks like some people stretching out for Vol State's bullpen. Not sure if they're warming up or just staying loose. And Chat State's all cold over there in terms of their activity. Need to get a big out here, save some momentum. If you're Vol State, square one up. Outside, doesn't get the call. Hitters count, we've been here before. 3-1 to Bill Hamilton, 2 outs. Except this one would do some serious damage. Asked if he'd go with a fastball. We see if Woody elects to go with the velocity. The faster it gets to the plate, the faster it can go. They step off the rubber here. Doesn't like the dancing of Lofts and Cotton. Coach folks may stumble on that name a couple times. The freshman does have 16 stolen bases on the season. Hitters count. Bill Hamilton in the box. It's a ground ball. Tough play. Oh, it gets under the glove. Fitzgerald unable to make the play. Chile comes up throwing. This game is tied. High throw. Watch out. Hits the screen. Where is everybody? That run will score also. Bad throw there by Chile, and 2 runs are in. They take the lead 6-5, and that Vol State side is pumping.
That ball was hit so hard that it was almost by Fitzgerald before Fitzgerald could put his glove down.
And
I mean, that ball was smoked.
That's unfortunate, but really the one you want back is the Chile throw.
Yeah, I mean,
You save yourself
that's
a run.
just a bad throw.
Yeah, you hit the cutoff man, allow the runner to stay at third. There's still 2 outs, and now Hamilton gets that double, and another runner in scoring position. Seems like they're just moving them along. Fouled off by Ritchie. You got a lot of that.
I mean, it's easy to say, but they're just getting 2 good cuts. You know,
Yep.
they're getting. Woody's got to, mix his pitches. I mean, they're getting 2 good cuts. Up and down the line.
Yep, it's becoming BP-like, and that's a second cut there for Ritchie. 6-5 our score. They jump on top. So Chat State responds in the top of the 3rd inning with a 4-run inning, and then Vol State has a 4-run inning in the 4th. 1 punch, 2 punch, ground ball foul.
I mean, that was close too. I mean, thinking old school back in the day here. I mean, you got to get these guys off the plate. You know, I mean, you hate to say it indirectly, but you got to, it's a pitcher. These guys are hitting scuds.
Got to back him up.
You got to get the guy off the plate, and if it means you got to nick a little bit, but you got to get him. You got to get these guys thinking to get off the plate because they're just buried in there, digging in and taking swats at your fastball, and if you're missing with a curve, they're getting a good swat too. So I mean, these balls are launched.
0-2 pitch, ground ball. That's trouble. Fitzgerald gets it, kind of kicks it, unable to make a play. That one kind of hit late, and you see the park ruled that. Yep, an error as Hamilton goes to 3rd, and when it rains, it pours, especially when you're kicking the ball around. So 6-5, your score, 2 outs, 2 runners on the corners. Vol State with the commanding lead here. They can blow it open rather quickly. And looks like it'll be Ryan Horn, the only hitter who hasn't come up this inning. Team out of Gallatin trying to be a team of destiny here, making a run towards later in the postseason. 2 outs, 2 runners on. This looks like a changeup. He kind of palmed that one over. It's a ball. 2-0 the count now, and now he's back to behind hitters. Woody needs to find something here just to get out of this jam. I can't tell you, how long has he had 2 outs? Since Hopkins. Feels like it's been, since Steelman. That's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 batters ago.
Yep.
So 2-out rally, we've mentioned and how important those are in postseason play, and Vol State's in the driver's seat of one right now. 1-1 the count to Horn, the first baseman. Nice job by Hall. It could have been a lot worse if Hall's not able to make these blocks. Walked and grounded out to the first baseman has Horn. And looks like we've got some movement towards that bullpen. Number 17 for Chattanooga State. Getting loose. This is when the game starts to turn. You find those bullpens. Outside, hitters count. Hitters count to Mr. Horn. 2 runners on. Throws over at first. Not in time. As Ball State now with a hitter's count. Pitch. Walk. That's a walk. Bases are loaded now. And we'll have a mound visit from the catcher. His battery mate's going to come talk to him. Delay, and it's back up to Joe McNamee. Hard to believe that he led the inning off. Feels like a while ago since he was up. So a couple arms getting loose for the Tigers. They, as I said, used 4 pitchers yesterday. Probably could use a couple of those today if needed. Used 2 pitchers on the first day, but one of them overlapped between the 2 games. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Ryan McNamee at the plate. Pitches. Foul ball. We've gotten to the point now where if Woody can just get out of this with down 1 run, you feel like that's a win.
Yeah, I mean, you think you've been watching. You think you would be Chattanooga State would be behind like by 5 or 6 runs, and they're only down by 1. But they had a 4-run lead when we started this thing. So
yeah, pretty grueling here. That's in there, strike 2. Just 1 more for Woody, and he can get out of this and feel pretty good, at least, considering there's been a lot of blue on the base path. And there's looks like some warm. Oh, that may be just Hatcher getting warm. He's been in there.
He's been on the bench for about 20 minutes, so he's
maybe like a brand new start. 0-2. Line inside. Maybe they'll back the hitter off McNamee, but it's ball 1. Tough to win games when you're walking hitters. And Lee found that out here as he delivers. That's ball 2. Nowhere to put him. What's the saying? All the ducks are on the pond. As a old baseballism, if you will. Earlier in this inning, McNamee singled. He ended up scoring. 2-2 pitch. Don't want to get him down 3-2. Woody here as of another time. Reminiscent of yesterday's game. Teams feel the need to call time more here late in the afternoon, like the late game. 2-2. Can they get out of it? Chris Tyler trying to find it. Under it. Oh, and he reels it in. Close one there, but they get out of it. You got to, like we said, consider that a win for Woody to only be down 1 run. So they are down 1 run as Ball State gets 4 runs that inning. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. Stay tuned. We've got a good one in our hands. All right, here we are, top of the 5th inning. First batter is Hayden Locke, as Cheely grounded out to second base. His last at bat. Big AB here for Locke. Ground ball to shortstop. Nice dig. Throws over to first. Can he get it in time? He does. Wow, that's a really nice play by Jake Lyle. He's one of the cornerstones of this team. So big half inning for Chattanooga State here. Can they respond to the 4-run inning that they just gave up as Delancey's up to the plate? First pitch down the dirt, ball 1. You got to start wondering with the amount of time Hatcher had over there as they're warming up another left-handed pitcher. They must. You got to wonder how much rust, or he was warming up, but it's different. Warm-ups are different from actual in-game pitches.
Well, we're going to see. We're watching now to see. He got a quick out, although the ball was hit hard. But hey, it was hit hard to the shortstop who made a nice play. But now, like I said, it feels like the game is, the ball was coming back out in the field with a big lead.
Yeah.
But it's one run like we talked about. So he's got to stay in the mode of, tight game mode, which it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's gone back out and he's throwing, he's just, he's the kind of guy that's just going to kind of throw around the zone. Being an ex-lefty pitcher myself, I'm watching this, and he reminds me of, somebody like myself. Pound the zone, pitch to contact, let the guys trust your defense,
Yep.
and let the defense work for you. And look, see, another ground ball.
Lyle Fields throws the first in time. That's deja vu, 6-3 putout. This is the way this kind of game goes.
This is how you work through a lineup. And what we're not seeing from the Chat State pitcher is, one, having a hard time throwing strikes, getting ahead of the hitter, and when he's laying the ball out of the plate and letting the ball get really big swings at him, Hatcher's just changing speed, which is what pitching's all about. Changing speeds.
Making the hitter uncomfortable. As Tyler hits a ground ball. There's a base hit. Nice job by Chris Tyler there to get off the schneid. And now he's got a single. And a little bit of confidence brewing over there.
Welcome to the tournament, Chris Tyler.
So he gets out of that little slump there, and it brings up Noah Fitzgerald. And we saw yesterday, and I think it was a one-out situation. Well, maybe it was 2, but Noah Fitzgerald hit that triple, gets on, gets the insurance run. So these little, you think nothing of it, 2-out single. Next thing you know, bam, it's a 2-out rally, just like Vol State just had.
Right.
So you got to keep your mind right if you're Hatcher here in Vol State. Just try and get this last out. One's taken for a ball. Looks like there's some intensified bullpen work over there by number 17 for Chattanooga State.
Looks like Leonardo Castro, left-hander from Columbia.
Columbians up and warming up. And if you're Fitzgerald, you have to understand here this at-bat. You got to work. You got to work this at-bat. Make sure you get deep into a count and try and get something that Hatcher just kind of lobs over like he did to Harmon. 1-1 pitch. Hit high, fly ball. That's maybe down the gap. That's trouble. And Cotton reels it in, and no harm, no foul. So one runner left on. Basically 4 up, 3 down here, and we'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning and see if Chat State's got an answer. Back at it in the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th inning, rather. 6-5. Feels like a lot more of a lead for Ball
Up to
State.
bat, Colin Hopkins.
And it should be Hopkins, correct? Yeah, the catcher. First pitch to him. Now, ball. Folks, we apologize about the camera operation. Our camera operator had to go home early today. He was forced back, so we are without camera operator. So we do these wide shots so you can try and get as much as you can, just unable to find the deep corners. We apologize. It'll be fixed tomorrow in the morning. Next pitch is inside, ball 1. 1-1 count. Hopkins on the day, 0 for 2. 1-1. Not a great swing there. He's given Woody a break, if you will. One-two count to Colin Hopkins. Delivers. That looked really good.
It looks like a good pitch there. I mean, he's struggling to spots, and when you throw one over, but you know something that happens if you're not throwing consistent strikes, you're not going to get that call when you need it because the ump's not used to seeing
High
it.
fly ball, left center field, tracking it. Back at the wall. Oh, it gets down. Harmon unable to make the play, and here comes Shealy's throw. This could be an inside the park home run. He'll stay at third base. So the Tigers limit the damage, but Harmon just got lost over there in the lights.
I think he just drifted with it, and he struggled with the lights, but he was very slow drifting back instead of rushing hard to get back there and then finding his planting area and then letting the ball come to him.
So runner on third, nobody out. 6-5. Matt Brown at the plate. Last time he was up, he hit a double. Nice pitch there for a strike. Strike 1, or strike 2 rather. That one's, both of those are strikes. Scoreboard says otherwise, so too umpire and I on the same page. Oh, 2, it would strike out here, it'd be huge. And he fouls it off. Matt Brown looking to not get a strikeout. He wants to move this runner home, let him tag up. See. Pretty good arm in center. Harmon, not entirely sure about his throwing ability, and Schmall is above average out there in right. So if you hit it shallow in center, anywhere other than shallow center, you should be okay. And that one gets away from Hall. That will score a run. Pass balls are killers, and they make you just want to drop your head.
Well, that's we say pass ball. That's a wild pitch.
Wild
that's
pitch.
way. I mean, Trey Hall had no chance on that. I mean, that was literally just, I don't know. I mean, that ball wasn't even close to the zone. So, I mean, he's had his share, but that was really, he had no chance on that. So, we had to give him a little bit of break. But you're right. I mean, they do kill either way. Wild pitch, pass ball doesn't make a difference. They're all killers.
Really deflating.
All the teams in the conference or the tournament are experiencing that.
Yeah. 1-2 now. Nobody on. 7-5 your score, and nice dig there by Hayden Locke. Needed that. Little confidence boost for the Tigers, as that's the first out of the inning. Back to the top of the lineup, the hard-hitting Baylor Steelmen. Leading it off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Getting close to 10:30 Eastern time. 1 out. Ball 1. Woody's still on the mound today. That one's in there, strike 1. A lot of teams going with their ace on the second day. That one gets away. 2-1. A lot of teams going with the ace on the second day. Motlow elected to go with their ace. He Foster, and Kobe Foster ended up giving up 6 runs, and same for Landon Knack, TCCAA Pitcher of the Year. So that didn't really pay off. Both teams won, but it didn't really necessarily be because of the
Foster was totally uninvolved in that decision. He was long gone by the time they got to the end of that game. But Knack,
pops it up. It looks like Locke will get under it. And he brings in the can of corn.
Knack got off to a slow start, but it did pick up. But the quality of his pitches and where he's at development-wise, he's able to overcome. He's able to pitch himself out of situations. Whereas some of the pitching in the conference with different teams, they're not at that level of being able to really overcome getting in big jams because they don't have multiple pitches at any time to get themselves out of situations.
Yeah. First pitch is a strike to Lyle. He's had a day, a walk, and a strikeout, and a single and a run. 0-1. Rather than Lyle, it's Lofton Cotton, excuse me. He is 2 for 3 with 2 singles, a run scored, and a fielder's choice. Down 0-2 here, and see if Woody can get the punch out for Cotton. Gotta get the bat on the ball, be defensive in your swing, shorten up, choke up a little bit on that bat. 0-2. Oh, wow. That hit him on the hand, the wrist. He's got no protections on, so he's gonna walk to first base and shakes it off. Looks like just a missed pitch, but respect Woody for going inside, trying to establish that inside portion of the plate. One man on for Jake Lyle. He's 1 for 3, as I said earlier. Single and a run scored, 2 outs, 1 runner on. Nice job by Trey Hall there. One-0 count. 7-5 our score. Ground ball foul. For some reason it was, there you go, 1-1. Loser of this game goes on to play Dyersburg State at 1 o'clock. Winner plays, you get the number 1 seed Walter State, who's coming off of they have scored double digits in both games they've played in. That's Chattanooga State, but Walters run ruled in the first game, and then 11-6 against the Cleveland State team that hung around for a good portion of the game with kind of self-inflicting wounds that ended that one. 1-1 count to Lyle. Inside, doesn't get the leeway, and it's a 2-1.
How late is Waffle House open to? Are they open till like 3 o'clock tonight?
I think it's a 24-hour place. I'm willing to bet. That Taco Bell's about 3 o'clock. That one's ball 3. That looks really good from up here. Maybe a little outside. Waffle House is open. Taco Bell, take your pick. Steak and shake.
We're gonna be here at the rate that these innings are going here.
We might as well just make an air mattress, blow up an air mattress and sleep in the press box.
Take it right into the conference room or whatever, and they can shake us loose at 9 o'clock or whatever tomorrow morning, and let us drag ourselves back up here and turn on the light and go.
Make sure our vocal cords are.
Get ready to see Motlow State and Cleveland State. It's going to be a whale of a game there.
Motlow in their yellows today, so unfortunately they probably won't wear them tomorrow. Cleveland State coming in off of losing to Walters. They're playing pretty good baseball as of now, hitting the ball well. So we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to
the thing is, we'll be moving to the 3rd day of the tournament. We physically watched Cleveland State play today, and they went through 5 or 6 pitches.
Yes.
Pitchers, each pitcher didn't throw a lot of pitches, except for the starter.
High fly ball to center field. Cheely's calling off Harmon there, and he reels it in for the end of the inning. So, 1 run, and the Tigers are still in striking distance. No matter what's going on, they're still just around. 7-5 our score. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning. Stay tuned. All right, back here at the top of the 6th inning, we have a new camera operator, folks. We're back in business. And it's at 7-5 our score. Top of the 6th inning. Outside, ball 1 to Gabe Harmon. And Gabe Harmon has left his footprint in this game. 3-run home run and a pinch hit roll. He stayed in after Vinny Vega was pulled. And Harmon looking to jumpstart this Tigers offense, down 2 runs. 55-footer. Ball 2. So Hatcher's still in the game. Looks like the Ball's trying to get as many innings out of him as they can. 2-1. That's a strike. Done a nice job. Has allowed, a big inning in the 3rd, but other than that, he's done a nice job of subduing this offensive attack. Swing and a miss, changeup. As Mark was saying earlier, Harmon home run or strikeout candidate, and there's his strikeout. Law of averages says. So Theron Powell at the plate now.
Up to bat, number 8, Theron Powell.
When we're talking about Theron Powell, he's a very powerful hitter. He struck out last time. He fouls off there. What's going to get Chattanooga State back in this game? Well, quality at-bats. Quality at bats, what's that? Well, working counts, getting good pitches to hit, being in 3-1s, 2-0s, 2-1s, not being down 0-2, 1-2. And when you get on base, you're smart. Trying to draw walks, those kind of things. Good to lay off on that one by Powell. You're not going to get every run back in one swing of the bat. You got to get a runner on. And as Castillo, well, it looks like Chattanooga State's still warming up. That one's a high fly ball pulled foul. Well, not really a fly ball, more of a line drive. Yes. Warming up in the pen for the host team, Chattanooga State Tigers. It's Leandro Castro, a Colombian native. He's still going. He's a sophomore lefty. That one's fouled off. A lot of locations on this roster. West Australia, Georgia, New York, down low, ball 2. Tennessee, of course, Colombia, Canada, Kentucky, Virginia. A lot of places on this Chattanooga State roster. Ball 3. Worked himself into a good count. 1 out, nobody on. Full count to Theron Powell. And now Powell can be decisive on Hatcher's next pitch. Nice job spoiling that one. That goes to the tennis courts. Whoa, watch out. There's a fence there. Somebody almost just ran into the fence trying to get that foul ball. Full count still to Theron Powell. 7-5 our score. 7 hits for the Chattanooga State Tigers. 3 errors. That's a good. Oh, it gets over the glove. Nice base hit there by Theron Powell. I thought off the bat it would get over, but it kind of more of a cue shot than I had anticipated. So a single, a 1-out single. That brings up Trey Hall. If we've learned anything from this game, never count out the team that's trailing. It'll be right back before you know it. Next thing you know, a 4-run inning. Who knows? I don't know. Chattanooga State looking to build on something here with a Theron Powell single. And Trey Hall at the plate. He's already gotten a base hit today, a double, and then he grounded out to the shortstop. And Trey Hall, you know, somewhat of a free swinger, a couple of interesting strikeouts here this weekend, but when he connects, he hits it a long way. Scoops up some dirt. And I tell you, the comparisons to Chaz Vesser in my head are basically, they're identical, I swear. They're the same player. There's a mighty hack. You can feel the wind off of that one. Now it's a 0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch to Hall in there, strike two. This is the at-bats that you're trying to avoid. So now you're down in the count, and you got a runner on, and you may have to be defensive here. Defensive swings lead to ground balls, and that could be a double play. Shift some momentum. 0-2. He got it. Wow. Trey Hall swing out of his shoes, and he gets put down. Two outs, one runner on. Two outs, one runner on base. And it looks like we'll have Max Schmall up. Big AB for Schmall. Outside, ball one. If I recall correctly, his brother Nate hit a walk-off home run against Georgia Perimeter. And they were ranked back his freshman year. Kind of barely blew over the fence, but nonetheless a home run. In a walk-off fashion against a ranked team. 2-0, the count. I remember that same 2015 year, and it's giving me deja vu here. The Tigers took on the Vol State Pioneers in the night game, just like tonight. A nice matchup there between two teams in the tournament. I think they're in the winner's bracket also at that time. 2-1, now to the strike. Probably basically the same game here. Maybe it's different. Maybe it was the Cleveland Walter. No, that's 1-3. I'm not sure, but not sure the standings that year. Yeah, a little bit. Ball low in the dirt. So now our hitters count for Schmall. Can he get his barrel on it to line drive? Maybe get a base hit. Powell still on first. As Trey Hall went down on strikes, and Harmon went down on strikes. 3-1 pitch. And Schmall pops it back up. That's going to be to Matt Brown. That's third out of the inning. Well done by Hatcher. He lives in these 4-up, 3-down situations. Chat State's not going to be able to get back with these kind of at-bats. 7-5 your score. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-5. Stay tuned here for the last half of the game. Back out in the sixth inning. All State coming off the plate. That's Bill Hamilton.
Up to bat, number 33, Bill Hamilton.
On the mound for the Tigers, that's Leo Castro, the left-handed hurler. 12 innings pitched, 5.25 ERA, and 16 strikeouts to his name this year. He's a sophomore. Leo Castro from, well, he's from Cartagena, Colombia. Cartagena, Colombia. First pitch high. Fastball. He's got the cheese, folks. He's got a fastball. He's not afraid to throw it. Control is the matter with Castro, as there's some chanting over to our left. Nice pitch there. High cheese. Can't lay off that. Chanting to our left, that's from the Vol State softball team. I'd like to take a moment to congratulate them. They on a good season. They unfortunately fell today to Dyersburg, but had a very solid season. The Lady Pioneers of the softball team. Congrats to them. That's strike two. So now he's gone fastball, pulled a string, and he's up 1-2. Castro wanted to keep this team afloat here, similar to how Moretta did yesterday. The 1-2. In the dirt. Bill Hamilton not going around. 2-2. Yeah, maybe it's 3-2. I don't know. Scoreboard's telling me 3-2. I got 2-2. Umpire and I are on the same length. Same wavelength right there. 2-2. Bill Hamilton robbed of a home run by Sean Cheely. The 2-2 pitch from Castro. Good pitch inside. He threw it hard. Now you got a full count. The problem with this situation is you bring another leadoff walk and you've got yourself a situation. It's a full count. Nobody on, nobody out. Believe it or not, it doesn't feel this way, but Chattanooga State's only down 2 runs. I'm going to stop any kind of momentum here. That's ball 4. Another walk by the Tigers, and now Brent Ritchie up to the plate. Ritchie on the game, not a ton of production. Reached on an error, flew out, and grounded out to the pitcher. But hit a 3-run home run yesterday. That was basically the difference in the game. 4-2 that final score, as Columbia fell, and then later fell to Motlow today. That's a bunt down. Castro's on it there. Nobody's there to field it at first base. So nice little small ball by the Vol State offense, and we're really playing some ball.
Up to bat, number 12, Ryan.
Runner on first and second, nobody out. A little confusion bunt for hit situation there. You know they practice that in the wintertime. Ryan Horn at the plate, the first baseman for the day, in relief of Bill Hamilton, who has an injury. We speculate. Walked twice as Mr. Horn. Can't ask for much more than that. Squares up the bunt, pulls it back. Wasn't a great pitch to bunt there, to be quite honest. A little high, but he did a good job of getting it down and getting the pitcher to be confused, as Trey Hall wants to give the sign out. Vol State is going to try and go with some small ball. Not University of Tennessee Knoxville balls, but Vol State. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 runners on, nobody out. Thought of wheel out. Okay, bunts it to the first baseman. He throws the third. Nice play there. Delancey thought about it first, but not a great bunt. And that one came back to bite him, as that goes to third base. And Coach Hunt's shaking his head. So a fielder's choice leads to 1 out. Runner gets a second, and then runner gets a first as well. But Tyler heads up play, goes over to third, gets the lead runner out, and now he's got 1 out with runners on. Ground ball could end the inning. Probably said that a million times this weekend. Joe McNamee at the play. I keep saying weekend. This week. 1 out. Squares the bunt. Pulls it back. He's coming from the right side this time, so it'd be a little more difficult to bunt it to the first base side. He may be wanting to go to third to lure that third baseman away. That's exactly what he's probably doing. So they want to draw Delancey out. We'll see what Fitzgerald wants to do. He'll probably come over and cover third for him. No bunt that time. High fastball. Ball 2. Castro's got a live arm. It's just a matter of controlling it, especially being a southpaw. Southpaw. He could locate that fastball. He could be rather dangerous to some hitters. Even a lefty weapon here. 2-0, 2 runners on, 1 out. Outside, ball 3. 4-pitch walk would be very deflating, especially after a nice little defensive play. Here comes fastball, get me over fastball down the middle. There it is. Take a little off the velocity, throw the strike, and now he's got a 3-1 count, hitter's count. 2 runners on, 1 batter out, and Castro's pitch. Outside ball 4. Now the bases are loaded, however. So a walk brings out brings up McNamee. Well, excuse me, Hopkins, and the walk to McNamee brings out Hopkins. As we'll have a mound visit here by Chattanooga State. Looks like Coach Parrish going to come talk to his left-handed hurler. Just having a chat here with the pitcher while we have a moment. Be sure to follow us on Twitter if you cannot keep up with the day's action, probably tomorrow. If you've got to go to do something and leaving the house, can't be on the YouTube, then you can follow us on Twitter at TCCAA Region 7 BSB. You can be one of the followers. Get live updates at the end of every half inning. Now 1 out. Bases are loaded. Big opportunity here for Vol State to bust this game open. Base hit here may be able to make it an insurmountable lead, and that one gets away, but luckily it hit the umpire's foot for Chattanooga State. Unlucky for Vol State, rather. Just a grueling game here. We got a lot of walks, some short hits. 18 total hits today, 5 errors. Saw a team earlier today get 5 errors in one game. 7-5 your score. That one's inside, ball 2. Chattanooga State just looking for someone to throw some strikes. Take that out of the bullpen right now, and a situation where Tigers just going to have to find some way to do it. There's a strike there. 2-1 your count from Castro. Hopkins at the plate. Big at-bat here with 1 out. Outside ball 3. The thing is, they're able to locate that it's a fastball, and then once you see it's fastball, you know exactly where it's going to go. You can make a quick decision about how you want to approach that at bat. So now hitters count, 1 out, bases are loaded. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Not a whole lot of energy in this game at all from the fans, or granted it is close to 11 o'clock at night.
3-2, 1 out, bases loaded. Castro on the slab. His delivery to Hopkins. Hit it right back at Castro. It goes down. It's on the mound. Castro's got no glove. He fields it, falls down. There's a run scored. What a mess. Castro upset with himself. It hit off of his glove. He lost his glove. He went and picked up the ball, and, well, by that time the run was scored.
Some chant from the softball team and really pick up what that was. So, Falls State getting the better of the Tigers right now.
Matt Brown.
That brings up Matt Brown. Is either ruling that hit. As there's a run. And there's a single. Matt Brown's first pitch is due shortly. It's a ball. High fly ball. Chile tracking it down. This could be the second out. He'll bring a tag up the runner. Here they come. Here's the play at third. Chile trying to right his wrong from before. Run scores. Now they're up 4 runs, but quite honestly, there have been 2 4-runnings already. So Vol State can't be comfortable with this lead entirely. Granted, the Tigers have not really hit the ball as well as they did at the beginning.
Up the bat, number 9.
So sack fly to Chile. Brings home another run. And some more chanting from the softball. They've adopted the softball chatter over to the baseball diamond. And, well, they're really chanting away with Baylor Steelman at the plate. Fastball. I'll be honest with you, never been a fan of the chanting of softball. You know, with the rhyming and whatnot. Not really my cup of tea. 1-0 count. Baylor Steelman outside, ball 2, so 9-5. Your score, 5-9, however you want to read it. 2 outs, 2 runners on, 2 balls, no strikes. Leadoff hitter, Castro deals. Ball 3. Seen a couple of collegiate scouts here. Some universities represented, and one was either UNC Asheville or Akron. I couldn't really tell. One was ETSU. That pitched 3-0. Ball 4. Saw Tennessee Wesleyan. I don't know if that was a scout or not, but some colleges here represent. Kennesaw State, the Owls,
Up the bat, number 3.
were here earlier this week. A couple of guys already committed just off the top of my head that I remember. Paul McIntosh of Motlow going to West Virginia. That's Big 12 country. Morgantown to play as a Mountaineer. Couple players at Walter State going Division I. That one gets away from Hall. This could be a close play. Doesn't go. Nice job by Hall to get on his horse to reel that one in. Oh, geez. 1-0 the count. 2 outs. Bases are loaded. As we've got a 1-0 count still. Castro on the hill. He delivers. Foul ball. One count to Castro from Castro. Foul ball. He's probably thrown 25 pitches this inning. He's got to be up there. 11 o'clock almost here Eastern time as we are still in the bottom of the sixth inning. Correct. Some more innings to be played here. Maybe some more excitement, some momentum building as
1-2 count from Castro. That's in the dirt. Trey Hall blocks it up. Now 2-2. Trey Hall getting his agility exercises today. He's quick as a cat. Needs to take a minute. Maybe have his battery mate step off the rubber and give him a second to recuperate as the umpire is helping him out. There's always a cool bond, I wouldn't say bond, the relationship between the umpire and the catcher. You know, they're going through the same thing together, staring at 85-mile-per-hour fastballs and changeups and curveballs, and the guy in front of the umpire is essentially protecting them, and so they're doing a nice job of helping each other out. They get it. And that was not a great pitch to hit. He swung at it. I don't know, maybe a hit and run there, Lofton Cotton. Had a nice diving catch, as I said earlier. It was an absolute. There was a tweet out about how he made a diving catch, and it was exploded on the Twitter. I think 14 likes. Every notification was almost about Lofton Cooper's catch, which Vol State with a strong following here. We thank you for that. Foul ball there. As I said Cooper, didn't I? Cotton. I don't know why. Oh, that's why. Yep. Lofton Cotton. 2-2 now. Is a little mini visit by Hall. Lofton Cotton. Lofton Cotton. Got to get that down. 2-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Lofton Cotton at the plate. He's got a single, 2 singles on a hit by pitch today. 2-2. Swing and a miss, and they're out of it. So, Ball State adds 2 more runs, but it's only a 4-run deficit. Feels like a little more. So, Chattanooga State going to the plate here, see if they can scratch across some runs for the top of the 7th innings. Stay tuned for more as we continue in tonight's game. Top of the lineup here for Chattanooga State, Sean Cheely at the plate. Cheely has flown out, walked, and flown out again. Well, grounded out first time. 7th inning, top 7 here. 9-5 your score. If Chat State wants to do anything right now, they got to start with this guy, Sean Cheely. Hatcher still on the mound. Man, talk about a break in between innings. 0-2, doesn't get the call. 1-2. So Cheely on the year, a second-team all-conference player, as the pitch delivers, and it's in the dirt. Him and Jordan Power, the pitcher for the Tigers, made the all-conference team. 2-2 pitch to Cheely. That's in the dirt. Well, this is the kind of at-bats they're going to need. Battle back from 0-2, get to a 3-2 count if they're going to want to get back into this game. It's one of the only ways possible. Full count pitch to Sean Cheely, and that's ball 4. Leadoff walk Yes, statistically shows that you have a better chance of scoring that inning. Hayden Locke at the plate now. Nobody out, one runner on. We'll see if the Tigers can have a little late inning rally as pitching coach comes out to talk to his southpaw. He did sit out for a significant amount of time in between that last inning. His team only got 2 runs, but it seemed like every count went 3-2 or 3-1 or 3-0 or essentially a lot of pitches.
Up to bat, number 4, Hayden Locke.
Locke at the plate. He's got a single and reached on an error and got a stolen base. Chile's going to have to make something happen here. See what he wants to do. Yes, he's on again. That pitch is a strike. It looked like a changeup. Chile with 30-plus stolen bases on the season. As we've got the interaction there. Throws over to first, not in time. Oh, 1. Fouled off. 0-2. Oh, 2 count to Hayden Locke. Chile on first. Ball in the dirt. Thought about going around. 1-2. Nine to 5 your score. Volunteer State on top. We've seen a couple 4-run innings. Can't feel too comfortable with that. That's a foul ball. Can it get caught? It will not. And that McNamee was moving really quickly. So 1-2 still to count. And Hatcher toes the rubber. Chile's dancing back and forth. Maybe a throw over, doesn't. Fouls it straight back. Wow, Hayden Locke was on that one. Fortunately for whoever loses this game, they don't have to play the 10 o'clock game, but they will have to play the 1 o'clock, so they'll be up here about 11 o'clock. Outside, 2-2. As Hatcher thought he had a strike there. Hatcher's put up 3 straight goose eggs, 4 total in the game. Chile dancing around. Strike 3.
Up to bat, number 23, Todd Delancey.
Ty Delancey at the plate. He's homered in this postseason. He's had a couple big hits. Find a gap, and he can score Chile. That one's low for ball 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. One pitch, 1 out. Upset with the no call. Some jumping in the dugout. Two, 1 pitch. Super late. 2-2. Two count, 1 out, 1 runner on at first base. That's Chile. As that one gets away, 3-2. Payoff pitch. There goes Chile. Got a ball. Three, 2 the count, 1 out. The pitch throws over. He thought about throwing to home plate, but elects to throw over at first. The pitch, swing and a miss, back-to-back Ks. And Vol State has got some momentum. Chattanooga State looks a little out of it on the home plate, and they're falling back to their tendencies of free swinging and no contact. There goes Chile. He takes off. He's safe by a mile. So not a good throw. As Chile shows off the wheels and gets in the scoring position. As Hopkins kind of threw that into the dirt to the left. So gotta have a pretty good throw to get Chile. Unable to do that. As, oh my goodness, what is the shortstop doing? Like right in front of Chile. What is that? He steps off the rubber. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a shortstop stand in front of a base runner before like that. I don't know, maybe something they do. 1-0. 2-0. 2 outs. Tyler got a hit his last at bat. First hit of the tournament. Struggled a little bit at the plate. Hatcher wants to get out of this inning with no damage done. Don't let them chip away is the mindset. That one's in there, strike 1. Two the count. Two count. He delivers. Outside, ball 3. They are very upset with these calls. 3-2 the count. All State's not liking these payoff pitch. Well, I thought it was 3-2. 3-2 now the count. Was 2-2, now it's 3-2. Got to get these counts correct. Payoff pitch to Chris Tyler. Maybe swinging. He is. Strike 3. Strikes out the side. We'll be back here with the bottom of the 7th inning. Stay tuned as we get late in the game. Back here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Leadoff hitter looks like Lyle. He's a shortstop. He takes the ball. 1-0 count. That's high, ball 2. Two-0 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 9-5 your score. Pioneers on top. Winner of this goes on to play Walters State. Loser goes on to play Dyersburg State. So both teams very solid. Dyersburg, a very good 4 seed. That's down in the losers bracket now. That's a team you don't want to face. And while Walters State's won 50 games in the 1 seed, and they've done nothing but scored in double digits. So tough, tall order for both. Either way you go. 3-1 the count now. 3-2. Castro delivers the high cheese. Full count now. Try and avoid the walk if you're Chattanooga State. Foul ball. Full count. Ball 4. Did he go around? He did not.
Up to bat, number 33, Bill Hamilton.
Bill Hamilton at the plate. 1 runner on. That's what Hamilton likes to see. First pitch is high for ball 1. One-0 count. Castro delivers. That's a strike on the outside corner. One count here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Runner takes off. Ground ball. Foul. So a hit and run dialed up. But not able to execute. It's 1-2 now. Can Castro get the strikeout? In this situation before a couple of times, and he's been unable to execute. Goes over to first. Low in the dirt, ball 2. As we're getting down to about 66 degrees here in Chattanooga, not too bad. Emptied out softball stadium. Swung on and missed. Bill Hamilton goes down on strikes. Castro gets in the chase on the high fastball, and well, quite honestly, if you're Vol State, you want to get as many runs as you can because you know this game's back and forth, and every runner you leave on is one you wish you could have had. Granted, Chattanooga State's offense has not looked as potent as it has in games past. 1 out, 1 runner on, 4-run lead. There he goes. Goes around, and the runner will be safe. So as I'm talking about getting runs, they go and get in scoring position. And now with a base hit, they can bring home a runner, which is Jake Lyle. And Richie at the plate as the umpires have to move. So Richie, he stepped into the box. 1. High fly ball to Chile. He's got to trail that. He does. Reels it in. And here comes a tag. Nice tag by Lyle there. Yes, he's safe. Nice. Lyle's a quality player and did a good job there of coming back, tagging, and making it quick. Ryan Horn with a runner on third. Pass ball is in play. First baseman up. And that gets down in the dirt. Ball 1. Lefty matchup here with Castro. Gotta be something you're looking for if you're Chattanooga State. Advantage Tigers. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. As it looks like we have a little mound visit here with Trey Hall. And mound visit comes to an end. So we'll have Ryan Horn at the plate with a runner on third and Jake Lyle. The shortstop, and Castro delivers the 1-1. He thought about it. That's a ball. Trey Hall doing his best to sprawl out there and make a catch. This run would be pretty big for Vol State here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Still got 2 to go. That's a high fly ball into the gap. That should get down. Chile on the run. He's not going to get it. 1 run is in. Here comes Ryan Horn, rounding first base, going to second, rounding second base, heading to, nope, he's going to stay. Run scores, and now your score is 10-5. And as you hear from the crowd, Mike, the fans are pleading for some more runs.
Up to bat number 27, Joe McNamee.
Joe McNamee at the plate. He fouls that one off. 2 outs, though, and Castro can get out of this with minimal damage. He can just find that strike zone here. 10-5 your score here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Matchup between the 7 seed, if I'm not mistaken, the 6 seed. Both these teams winning the first day of the tournament. Now we are moving forward, and when you move forward, you got to find out how much pitching do you got. And you learn quickly whether you're on one side or the other. The 0-2, foul back, hit that pole. But as you continue to go forward, you realize you got to go deeper into that rotation and that bullpen, and then, the more depth you have, the better off you are. 0-2, and McNamee wants to leave an imprint here. Two outs, runner on second. Oh, very close. Doesn't get the call. Looked maybe a little high, but looked pretty good in terms of location here, not depth. Joe McNamee at the plate. The 0-2. High fly ball. Chila should get under that. He chases it down, and he does. Sean Cheely reels in the third out of the inning, and we'll head to the top of the eighth. Tigers have 6 outs to get something going. They're down 5 runs. Stay tuned. See if they can make a comeback right here. Stick around. And we're back here in the top of the eighth inning.
For Chat State, number 31, Noah Fitzgerald.
That's Noah Fitzgerald at the plate, and looks like the pitcher's switching gloves. I don't know what that's about. And the new pitcher in the game is number 6. He's also a lefty. Let me get you his name. And it looks like it will be, bear with me, Cameron Grogan. First pitch to Fitzgerald from Grogan. Loopy curveball. It's a strike. 5.28 ERA, 1-1 on the season, 15 1/3 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts to 6 walks. And that one's high for a ball. Now it's 0-2, even though the scoreboard says 2-0. Or 1-1 rather than 2-0. That's a ground ball that hits straight in the ground. Here comes Grogan. He fields and throws it to first. In time, the ball will find you even if you're a pitcher. 1 out. Tigers down to 5 outs left here in this ball game. Fortunate thing is if they were to fall, they're not eliminated. They've got another game to be played tomorrow, and it looks like a pinch hitter
Up to bat, number
for
7,
the
DJ
Tigers, and it'll be, give me a minute here. DJ Franklin. Grogan on the mound, Franklin at the plate. And Franklin this year sitting at a 143 clip. He takes one inside. 5 stolen bases, 14 walks, 14 strikeouts, 4 RBIs, and a double. So Coach Dennis calling to the bench to find some offense here. 1-0 count. And then outside, Grogan's probably going to go with that off speed here. 10-5 your score, and 1 out for DJ Franklin. That's a fastball. I was wrong. 2-1. So Grogan on the hill. The 2-1. That one hopped in, if you will, and that's going to be a ball. Grogan from Greenbrier, Tennessee. I do not know where that is from. Probably out west. 3-2 now, the count after the swing and miss. Tennessee, Kentucky, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. That's what consists of the Vol State roster. 3-2, and it hit him. So DJ Franklin, after all of that, takes his base. And he's got to wear that one. So Fitzgerald grounds out for the first out. That was a 1-3, and then Vinny Vega and Gabe Harmon turned into DJ Franklin, and that's a walk, or a hit by pitch, rather. Now a runner on, and it is Theron Powell. Yep, exactly right, Theron Powell. He's singled today. Whoa, where's this guy throwing? Over his head. As he's telling the umpire, hey, look where he caught it. That one hops next to the plate. After putting on some headphones here and listening to the audio volumes, and I get to hear a little bit of everything that you guys are hearing, the play-by-play of myself and the crowd mic, so I get a little taste of the atmosphere out here as opposed to not wearing these, and that's a swing and a miss, strike one. Not wearing these and kind of being isolated here behind some windows and doors. I can't hear everything, but I can hear a little bit. As Grogan's on the mound with a 2-1 count. Outside, that's ball 3. In the other batter's box is now a hitter's count for Theron Powell. And if he can get a ball in the gap, and he can bring DJ Franklin home, maybe get an extra base hit, or he can turn on one. Here we go. That's ball 4. So if they're going to walk you on, they're going to walk you on, and that's the worst thing you want for the Vol. Trust me, as we've witnessed some walks today by Chattanooga State that have cost them. Chattanooga State has been shut out in the last 4 innings, and 5 of the, 7 innings already played.
Up to bat, number 3, Trey Hall.
Trey Hall at the plate, 2 walks here, 1 out, and another walk could bring bases loaded with 1 out. We'll see what Coach Dennis wants to do over on third base. He's got some speed at second, and the shortstop standing in front of him again. I've never seen this, and now he moves back. I've never seen that before. Maybe I'm just a novice. That's a really good pitch. It's a called ball. That was a good pitch, and it's called a ball. I don't know. 1-0 count. Ground ball. Oh, it gets off the Grogan's glove. Lyle fields it, throws it. Oh, he throws it away. Now DJ Franklin's going to score, and Powell's going to go to third. Now you got yourself in a situation here. Lyle kind of alligator armed it over to second, and he didn't make the force out, so everyone's safe. And DJ Franklin scores. Folks, this game's not over yet. Don't think otherwise. This is the kind of they're ruling that what looks like an error. Probably, it's correct.
Up to bat, number 25.
These kind of games just kind of hang around, and Schmall gets pulled out for Zach Team. 264 hitter on the year. It was a catcher. Came in. 2 homers, 24 runs batted in, 14 walks, 10 strikeouts. So now the deficit cut to 4 for the Tigers. And that's a loopy curveball, and that's in there. That's the same pitch as before. Now he's getting the strike call. 0-1 count to Team. Double play ball in effect. See if they want to move Trey Hall and eliminate that. Though, if he stands on second, he may be shadowed by Lyle. 1-1 count, 1 out, 2 runners on. Thought about it, jammed him up. And Team not happy about the call.
64, curveball.
Sounds like that pitch was 64 miles per hour, a curveball. Lollipop curve, they say. That's a good pitch. 2-2. Softball team's not happy with that. Ground ball, double play ball. Fields it cleanly, throws it to second in time for 1, over to first. In time, double play. So we head to the bottom of the 8th inning here. Your score 10-6, 4-run deficit for the Tigers. If they can get out of this with no damage, they can try and go to work. 10-6 your score. Stay tuned. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Back here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Up to bat.
Your score 10-6. Chattanooga State scratches 1 run across. Cut into that deficit. No game is over until you get that final out in this league. Looks like Hopkins at the plate. Castro still out there. Good pitch by him. Looks like Coach Dennis electing to go with the sophomore lefty again. Here as it's only surrendered. Well, rather than that now. Looks like about 3 runs in his outing. That's a good pitch too. Strike 2. Hopkins is pointing at where the. That's never a good idea to tell the umpire where the ball was crossing. Maybe he's having a discussion with him. Open discussion. A back and forth thing. 0-1. There it is again. So we saw the same pitch 3 times in a row, and he didn't swing at any of them. 1 down.
Up to bat, number 14, Matt Brown.
That'll bring up number 14, Matt Brown, rather. And it's a fly ball. out of play towards the cars. Careful where you park. 0-1 the count. That one's a ball. One out. Nobody on. That one's low and inside. Ball 2. Two-one count, hitters count, 1 out. Hits it, and that could be trouble as DJ Franklin actually just corrals it easily and goes in it. So Franklin out there now in right field, and Cheeley still in center. Looks like everybody else is the same, other than maybe no. Looks like everyone's the same out there. Blows it by him, strike 1. Won the count, 2 outs. Leadoff man, Baylor Steelman. Tough for Vol State to stay focused here with a 5-run lead, 4-run lead rather. It's one of those situations where you've got that lead. You haven't. The other opposing offense hasn't done a whole lot in a while, but you know they can strike at any moment. A couple of walks, next thing you know, base hit. Then you're in a 2-run ball game. Well, you guys really pick up a lot of stuff on this crowd, Mike. 1-2 count, 2 outs. That should be an easy play for Hayden Locke, and it is. Let's go to the 9th. Top of the 9th inning. We will have the Tigers come up to the plate. Stay tuned. Here we go. Game on the line. Last 3 outs of the game. As of now, stay tuned. All right, this is where the game is made. Bottom of the 9th, top of the 9th inning, rather. Danny Lara, the pitcher, the sophomore, is 2.79 ERA, 19 1/3 innings pitched, 1 save on the season. Not necessarily a save situation here. Sean Cheeley at the plate. First pitch to Cheeley. How important is it to get that leadoff runner on? Well, it's absolutely vital. Rather do that than have to come back down and out. So you're down to 3 outs. Got to make them useful. That's in there, strike 1. Locate a zone in the box. Choose where you want to hit it. And if you see a pitch there, swing away. 1-1 count to Sean Cheeley. Inside, ball 2. 4-run deficit for the Tigers. If they fall today, they will play Dyersburg tomorrow at 1. And Vol State will move on to Walters State. 2-1. Outside corner called strike. So Vol wins. If Vol wins today, they play Walters State tomorrow. That should be a good game. 2-2, ball 3. Close pitch. That should be a good game. Walters State coming off of giving up 6 runs to Cleveland State, so they have some work to do pitching-wise. That's a base hit. Cheeley on. That's what leadoff hitters do. And now the Tigers looking to build on something here. It's hard to get these 3 outs. Let me tell you. All right, Hayden Locke on the plate. Cheeley at first base. Will be interested to see if they want to get him moving. Will they elect to run him to second base, eliminate the double play ball? A lot of options here with his speed. Now it's a right-handed pitcher, so he can get a really good jump. Hayden Locke at the plate. His at-bat is just as important. And that fouled straight back. I'm just going to do a... Here we go. 0-1 count. Make sure you get the sound of the aluminum in the mitt. That's always a cool thing to hear. So Hayden Locke in the batter's box. 0-1 the count. That's a ball. Oh, called. Oh, wow. Very late. I'm not questioning the call. Just it's pretty late. All right. 0-2 now the count. 1 runner on in Sean Cheeley. And he floats a little high. Hayden Locke, the hero yesterday, got that big double. Drove in 3 runs against Motlow State here late. 1-2. Ooh. 2-2. 2-2. Two count, runner on first. The pitch. That's strike 3. Hayden Locke doesn't like it. The umpire's not having it. So Laura gets a strikeout, and that brings up Delancey. Now he's on his stronger side here on the left. Thrower the first on time as Cheeley's back. 1 out, 1 runner on. Double play ball in effect. Outside corner, ball 1. This is game 4 of the day. We started today at 10 a.m. Now working on, what's that, 13 hours. 1 out. Ground ball. This could be it. Over to second for 1. Not going to get 2. Didn't think so on the hit, but there are 2 outs. And they get the lead runner. So Delancey on with the Chris Tyler at the plate with the final out for the Tigers. And what would be the difference in the winner's bracket and the loser's bracket? One out away are the Pioneers on the facing the Senators, while the Tigers are 1 out away from facing the Eagles and Coach Robert White. Coach Shelton of Walters State and Coach Robert White of Dyersburg State. First pitch is outside. Got a chance to do an interview with Coach White today. Broke down the game between him and Jackson State. Talked about their mindset, and he's just saying basically he wants his guys to live in the moment there and take the most of the opportunity. Very talented squad at 1-0. That one's down on the dirt ball, too. Got to speak with Blake McCutcheon. He's uber talented shortstop. Great with the glove, and he's got a triple and a double in this postseason already, and very good with his glove. I mean, just a smooth shortstop, as smooth as I've seen here at the tournament, and he's excited as a freshman. He just wants to keep his freshman season going longer, is what he said. 2-0 count. That's a line drive. Fair. It's fair ball. All right, this inning is still alive. Chris Tyler keeps it alive, and it gets into the tarp. I think it's in the tarp, so that actually hurts Chat State more than helps, because they would have scored Delancey, but it does bring what was that, Harmon to the plate? No Fitzgerald. So a double by Chris Tyler leads Delancey to third, and Noah Fitzgerald to the plate. So base hit here, score a couple runs, bring the tying run to the plate. Makes this thing a little interesting, though there are 2 outs. And the shortstop does have a hit today, and they're going to have a mound meeting. One swing of the bat doesn't kill you here. As we've said multiple times in the broadcast, this Chattanooga State team is entirely freshmen. A lot of experience here learned in this kind of atmosphere. That one's inside. Strike one. A lot of experience here learned being freshmen in a tournament atmosphere like that. And they've shown flashes of, being able to come back even here. They're battling. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Strike one. So it's an even count at 1 apiece, as we have the softball team on their feet in the bleachers to my left. 1-1. That's way far away. Here comes the play. This could be close. No, it's not. Delancey makes it. That was with ease, and now it's 7-10. Delancey jumped on first move. Okay, so Fitzgerald can find a way to get on base here. You bring the tying run to the plate, and what was DJ Franklin? 1-2. Foul ball. Spoiled a good one there. Now 10-7 your score in the top of the 9th inning. Noah Fitzgerald's found a couple gaps in this tournament. 1-2 count, 2 outs, runner on third, the pitch. He's battling, folks. Not going down without a fight are the Tigers, and Noah Fitzgerald is the poster child of that right now. 24 hours ago, the Tigers had just defeated Motlow State in a thriller, now looking down the barrel of defeat. 1-2, base hit up the middle. They're not done yet, folks. They're not done yet, as Chattanooga State now bringing the tying run to the plate. Big AB here. Huge AB here, as Coach Hunt's going to go talk to his pitcher. It's never over until it's over, and it looks like he's coming out as the pitcher, Danny Laura. Coming in, looked like number 17. That's Antonio Costas. He's got a 17 appearances, 2.92 ERA, 8 earned runs allowed, and he is from Carolina, Puerto Rico. Carolina, Puerto Rico. He will face, I'm not entirely sure. So he's got a pretty live arm here. But, you know, the harder you throw it, the further it goes. So. Or is it farther? Farther's distance. Farther it goes. Eight runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for Chattanooga State. 10 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors for a Volunteer State. And Chattanooga State scored in the first, or the second, third, and now 7th, 8th, 9th inning. Wow, Vol scored in the second, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th inning. So, you know, it's just one of those cases where a little more spread out scoring. And I tell you what, this pitcher here, what's this, Costas? Costas has got himself a live arm, so we'll see what we got a new hitter here, number 20.
Up to bat, number 20,
Nolan Macabroda. Macabroda on the year, played first base, 6 homers, 36 RBIs. He may be swinging for the fences here. He's probably going to get a fastball. First pitch from the lefty. High, ball 1. Left side is Macabroda, and Costas coming from the right. He's got a lot of velocity here. I wouldn't be too worried about the runner at first. No, real run that you're worried about is the one at the plate. Antonio Costas to Nolan Macabrodi. That's in there, strike 1. Nolan didn't like it that much. Someone, no sign there by Coach Dennis on the third base line. As Nolan settles in here, Macabroda. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Hits it into left field. It's tailing, it's dying. He reels it in. Nicely done, Vol State, as they get the final out of the game. Your final score, 10-8. Volunteer State wins. The Pioneers gets the W, but they move on to play the number 1 seed, Walter State. So they get a crack at the Senators from Morristown. Chattanooga State falls down to the losers bracket and will take on Dyersburg at 1 o'clock. Walters and Vol play tomorrow at 4:30. Dyersburg and Chattanooga, I said 1 o'clock. 10 o'clock to Cleveland State, Montlow State. And the winner of that game, those 2 games, will play at 7:30. So 2 games for 2 teams tomorrow. All right, for this broadcast, these have been 4 games today for this broadcast. My name is Fielder Dennis alongside Mark Dennis. We hope you have enjoyed today's games. Follow us on Twitter at TCCAA Region 7 BSB. If you can't keep up with the YouTube broadcast, tell your friends to check us out. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you tomorrow.